Well, good at Tefano, and welcome here to Nelson. It's great to have you along in the Trafalgar Centre here for this Sky Broadband Rapid League match in the last round of the season. It is the Nelson Giants, the home team, up against the Southland Sharks. This is top versus bottom. Nelson just a matter of time now before they're crowned Rapid League champions for the second straight season. And here they are. They are... well, their points percentages, we'll get to the table in just a moment, is far superior to Tauranga, even though they're on the same number of wins. So looking good for Nelson as we look at this ladder, Casey, Frank. And we figured out yesterday that we needed a 50-point swing before that game yesterday between the Phi and the Jets. The Phi got the win, but only by a few points. So I think Nelson need to lose this by about 45 points or something.
Pretty good chance that's not going to happen,
exactly.
But you never know. That's why we watch the games.
Exactly.
Jets have played fantastically all season long, even without Hayden Jones and Lockie Crate, among others, not there. As we take a look at the bottom of the table where the Southland Sharks have found themselves firmly planted. Can't get off of the wooden spoon this year, but they can get a win for a little bit of pride. And who knows, if it comes their way, maybe that just feels like their championship.
Well, exactly. And, wow, it would be something if bottom upset the top team in this game. Right, let's have a look at the starting fives. And here is the Southland team. We've got Will Ledger, Braden Inger, Quake Webster, Dane Burtonshaw, Hayden Collier, all set to go. And I don't think there's any changes to that Southland team from their last match. Ingerag's actually come into the starting lineup, hasn't he?
Yeah, Britton Inger's been in and out a little bit, but he is the leading scorer for the Southland Sharks at over 8 points a game in the Rapid League. Alex
McNaught, James Matthews, Cohen Williams, Sam Dempster, Aston Inwood going to front with Caleb Chamberlain and Rico Variccio on the subs bench for the Rapid League Nelson team today.
James Matthews has really taken a leadership role since Jones has stepped out of this lineup, looking much more aggressive. As we take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats, look at those recent wins and losses. The Sharks have actually been much better down the stretch. 2 of their 3 wins in the last 5 games. The Giants coming off that loss that kept it alive for the 5, but pretty much all wrapped up now. The leading scoring team in the or second leading scorer team in the competition, and the team in last in scoring. Second best in points allowed and second worst in points allowed, and the best and worst turnover margins. It looks a little bit lopsided today. Let's see if the Sharks can't dig deep and find themselves a little bit of magic here in the Rapid League.
Well, more evidence of that. It was the last time these two met. Nelson put 53 points on them.
Looks like the Sharks might be looking for a little comeback. You guys aren't quite as strong without Crate and Jones, so let's see if we can't get this done. Must be the thinking of the Sharks.
Yeah, Will Blight as well. What about Hayden Jones at the under-19s if we get this game underway? How good has he been?
Playing very well. A lot of aggression. I think it's all that good. What a pass. Good start. Almost.
Webster's pass to Collier, not converted.
Love that play, though. Really nice setup. Executed it well. Perfect look. Unfortunate the ball rolled out.
Here is Matthews. He's been super impressive for a young player.
Sharks coming out in the zone. Going to have to find ways to penetrate just like that. Collier knocks it out of bounds.
Does that make up for the missed alley-oop play at the other end?
You miss shots, you make shots. Some go in, some go out. You ain't got to make up for anything.
Speaking like a former player right there.
You can't get too happy when it's good. Can't get too bad when it's bad.
Exactly. Here's with Dempster for 3. Gets the scoring underway.
That's a quick release to catch the shoot. The zone was pretty much there, but just not enough of a contest to dissuade it.
Webster almost coast to coast. Now, this is James Matthews again. No, back to Matthews. His perimeter shooting's been really good in the last few weeks. And who's that come off? It's come off a Southland player. Still going to be Nelson ball.
Well, good activity offensively. I really like the way Nelson's using pace to get the ball up the floor. The quick shot, but the Sharks unable to corral that rebound. Need to find a body and box out.
McNaught. Dempster. Oh, he's feeling it.
Don't use it all up in the Rapid League, Sammy. The veteran has come out to shine in the last Rapid League game of the season. It comes out with a steal. Can we get a dunk, Sam, or at least an N1?
Well, so far it's Sam Dempster 6, Southland nothing. Could be 8-0 to Sammy D.
The captain has come out in the Rapid League and showing his noose once again, not only with the offense, but the defense, the steal, back the other way. Braden Inger gets the foul to stop the shore layup. But a couple of attempts from the Chemist Warehouse stripe upcoming.
This is quite the start for Sam Dempster.
Well, you love to see this kind of activity from Sammy. The veteran acts as, obviously as a player coach on the floor. Now 8 points for him in a little bit over a minute. Fantastic beginning to the day.
No way, and now
just dribbles out of bounds. Does Ledger.
Ledger ran out of real estate. Someone just moved the line in a little bit, Casey.
You know, just a bit too aggressive. I'd like to see a little bit more enthusiasm from the Sharks. A couple of bad possessions. They found themselves in a big hole already. Going to have to lift that work rate up to dig their way out of it.
Nord. Where's Dempster? It's in the corner. Matthews for three. Oh, hard luck there for Matthews.
Yeah, thank goodness for the Sharks, because if that one would have been down, it would have been even tougher.
Collier, that's a good pass down court, and there's the foul. Ooh, looked like it's Chamberlain there, who was a bit unlucky. Thought he got plenty of ball there.
Yeah, it looks pretty clean up high. I wonder if there's a little bit of body as well coming through. Take another look at it. Nice pass by Hayden Collier. Comes through to kick it off, and then yeah, it looks like just on the arm there for Ledger on the follow through. Ledger now off to the stripe to try and break the schneid for the Sharks, and he does so.
So Ledger, younger brother of Josh, who plays up in Auckland, and gets the second free throw to get the Sharks on the board.
What was the Tuatara a season ago? Made the trip down south. He's found a bit more playing time thanks to the commute.
I loved it when Auckland played Southland early on in the season. The Ledger brothers matched up against each other, and at one stage during the game, Casey, one pass to the other.
Not purposefully.
Exactly.
The old habits die hard. As Dempster misses his first shot of the game, as Southland breathes a sigh of relief.
Webster. Here's Inga. By Matthew, with a mismatch there now. Collier, that's a good little pass. Not converted by Dane Burtonshaw.
Collier's playing well early, but the good looks aren't coming to any fruition.
Oh, what a kick-out pass there from McNaughton. Sammy D with his third three.
Man, he loves that spot. Just that off the top of the key there, just the right side offensively. 3 for 3 from that zone.
11-2.
All Sammy D.
Exactly.
Sammy D, is he going to get a 40-piece in the
That would be awesome. What a way to finish the season. He should retire.
Man, Mana Martin's 31 was impressive. I'd be impressed if Sammy gets to that level. Forces the second forced turnover of the game, too. He's doing it all.
Well, in the day's work, isn't it? Yeah. He should retire. He's 35 now.
What are you talking about? Mike Fitchett would
Well, you go out on top, don't you, man?
You never give up. Keep it going. I still haven't officially retired.
He misses again, but nice offensive rebound by Inwood there.
I seriously think Coach Mike Fitchett would come after you with a baseball bat if he heard you tell him Sammy D to retire.
Exactly, Mike Fitchett should probably get back playing. Now McNaught's gone down there, but no whistle.
But to be fair, Fitchie doesn't have a hip anymore, so had that one replaced.
So Southland lose possession. That's Jack Ramage.
Yeah. And we see Collier again going for that pass, and Ramage just, you see the disappointment on his face, just can't quite corral it. And these unforced turnovers and a couple of missed shots, that sees the Sharks in the hole they're in right now would be much closer without the mistakes they're making.
Nice rotation down to Dempster in the corner. Oh, this is just crazy. Come on.
14-piece. Oh my goodness, he is all stats today. Get him up, Sammy.
Ramage. Now Collier. That's a good finish.
Yeah, I'd like to see the ball in the hands of the big fella a bit more. Just let him go to work on the block. He's got a great size advantage. Shows good patience on the moves and a willing passer.
Matthews over to Dempster again. It's a fourth, couple of second differential. That's good. Inwood can't convert. Can this time, and that's just spoiled the stat sheet.
Well, really nice attack of the lane, and Inwood gets his second chance, and then just enough defense there to make the deep shot miss. What a quarter for the Giants. Sammy D with 14, and then Ashton Inwood just gets in on the action late.
Yeah, what a shot. Well, I love Ashton Inwood. He's as busy as ever, and good to see him score. But what a shame we didn't see one player score every single point in a quarter of the Rapid League. That would have been really cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Sammy get a little bit more aggressive there. And if you want to get aggressive, go ahead and get yourself a $29.99 large pepperoni pizza, because that bad boy is aggressive. Use that online code SalsBasket25, valid until Tuesday the 8th of July, to get that pepperoni fired up. Little Sal's on a rainy night. Pretty sure it's rainy everywhere today. It feels that way at least.
Well, I just called home a moment ago. It's absolutely chucking it down.
Thoughts to everyone in a bit of flood trouble right now as well.
Well, in and around Nelson region, of course.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Been a few fibre issues out in Golden Bay today too.
Well, if you don't want to get fibre issues, got to get that Sky Broadband fibre starter. $50 a month for the first 12 months. Get that offer at skybroadband.co.nz or call 09-525-5555.
And if you have lost your fibre, apparently you're getting it back tonight at some stage. It's being fixed at the moment out in Golden Bay.
Wow, that's always good to know.
Yeah.
Nothing like you're basically losing your oxygen if you lose your internet nowadays.
You do, eh? It's just crazy, eh? How do we live without it, man?
Happily and easily.
Exactly. Still remember walking into the bank on Friday afternoon, withdrawing cash from my bank account and signed it off in a little bank book.
Once upon a time.
Here's Inwood. Here's Matthews, now to Dempster.
More of a matchup zone, especially on Dempster. They're really cognizant of where he's at on the court.
Oh, Collier with the block. Get it out of here.
Well, good aggression there by Inwood. But Collier just a little bit better.
He's swatting flies. Here's Dempster. Now Matthews. Oh, hello, we got a whistle. No basket for James Matthews. I think Sammy D stood on the sideline there.
Just what the Sharks needed. Let's see if they can't start chipping away at this lead. Force a couple turnovers.
They can't allow Sam Dempster to outscore them in the game.
He would have one over on you for a while.
Exactly. Nice move there from Ramage. Can't get the roll though.
Again, Sammy D first to the ball. The iron unkind to the Sharks here in the opening half.
Inwood. Now to Matthews. Works off the screen from Inwood.
Oh my.
Wow, Chamberlain. Oh, he chucks it away.
A little bit too much sauce on that dog to finish. Yeah, the air was a little bit high, got him a little dizzy. Love the attack of the rim, great effort there, but unfortunately couldn't connect on the spicy pass.
Riccio out there now for Nelson as well. Used sparingly this year. And Webster.
Illegal screen.
Oh yeah. Against Will Ledger.
Yeah, just you have to be in that cylinder and you can't move. The officiating crews have been very cognizant of those illegal screens this season. Have to make those adjustments as the year goes along.
No change to the quarter time score. Riccio. Nice ball rotation. Here's Dempster. Come on. Inwood with the rebound.
Oh, nice pass by Inwood.
Yeah, that was lovely, wasn't it? And unfortunately, that basket's not going to count there for number 6. That's Cohen Williams.
Yeah, Sam Dempster came through and smashed a couple of Southland Sharks in the back. The push in the back is whistled, and back to the Sharks goes the ball.
Here's Burton short. Nicely timed pass. Dempster getting in the road again.
He's been active defensively. Quite a few deflections, a steal as well.
He's leading the rebounding as well. 14 points and 3 rebounds and a steal.
No, he's getting a little rest now. What are we doing, Fitchy?
Needs him for the main game.
Actually, I believe it's Gargulio, their assistant, is the assistant coach.
Webster in the corner. Can't nail it. The weak side rebound by Ramage. Now Ledger. Ramage puts up the 3. And McNaught's got the ball now for Nelson.
Like that kick ahead to start the break, but you need to keep the aggression going.
Matthews, Vericchio in that corner again. Nice and aggressive, Rico Vericchio. That was good play from him. Now McNaught again. Now Williams in the corner. Rattles in a 3. Nice job.
Wow, the tray ball has been very efficient for the Giants today. Really moving that ball well. That penetration, opening things up on the perimeter as well. Everything turning up for the Giants.
5 3-pointers in the game for them.
That's not bad. And really impressive, actually. You know, when you look at their NBL team, last in the league in three-point rate. They just don't get up a ton of activity, but this Rapid League squad playing from the opposite end of the table.
Here's Burtonshaw. Roll it to Collier. Banks it in.
Glass.
Nice.
I did not know the banks were open this late at night, but he is
They're open 24 hours a day now,
apparently,
man.
Apparently.
4 points for Collier. Riccio. Oh, he's quick, isn't he? And he's lost the ball there. Webster, good pass. Ooh. On the money. And that's nicely finished by Ramage.
That was a fantastic kickoff, too. The fast break threaded the needle in between multiple defenders.
He didn't just thread the needle, he threaded it with a rope, didn't he? Yes. Williams. Nicely done by Inwood again. Now McNaught. Here's the three from Vericchio.
Nice penetration once again. Really making this defense of the Sharks move side to side and then collapsing it with that penetration for those kickouts.
14-point game. It's cut to 12 with that basket there from Inga.
Well, the Sharks have gotten much more efficient here in the second quarter, but they're trading 2s for 3s all night long, and that is to the advantage of this Giant squad.
30 seconds left. Here's Inwood. Riccio again, he's got a good turn of speed and he's got a pass on him as well. Lovely vision.
And it's all about that penetration. Every time they get into the teeth of the defense, that ball is bounced inside the paint. We see that defense collapse. That time they stay more cognizant of those shooters on the outside, opening up the drop-off for Inwood in the finish.
Well, pretty much the same times between the two. Shot on the game clock. Might be a second difference as Collier gives it to Braden Inga. Still going to be Southland ball with 3.3 left in the half.
Well, we've got to have a quick release here. Might be looking to get something to Inger in the post. He might be looking for a fadeaway. A little up screen action is what I see as the most likely course. But might have that fade off that screen as well. Let's see how the Sharks decide to play it. Just working on that shot clock. Matching it to the game clock. So 1.9 on the shot clock and 3.3 in the game.
And now a BNZ player timeout. So that means Southland will have the last play here, and we've got a ticket to the big game, of course. We've got, I think, another 4 or 5 big games to come.
Yeah, got to get in quick. Otherwise, you may have missed out because this is not travel to the postseason. So you got to get it done by Sunday. So still a few chances to get in. Groups of 5 or more, scan that QR code for your chance to win tickets to this season's games. As BNZ inspires that next generation of Kiwi hooper.
Let's see what Southland can do with this last play here. Burtonshaw. There's the 3, and it's just away. And there seemed to be a player timeout called before the buzzer. Buzzer seemed a little bit sluggish.
That looked like 3 seconds. The kick to the corner, the shot goes up high. To me, that feels like the end of the quarter. Let's see what the officiating crew says. It looks like there was a little bit of home cooking on the scores table, I think.
Yeah, halftime, there we are. So 24-10. And it's Sammy D leading the scoring with 14 points. He's got more points than the Sharks have combined in the first half.
He has put it together. Sam Dempster leading the way. The long in the tooth veteran has shown it all. 14 points on 4 of 7 from the field and 4 of 7 from deep. 3 rebounds and a steal in 12 minutes of action. The only other player to score for the Giants, Aston Inwood with 4. Let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats as I'll take you through it. As mentioned, a lot of activity from deep. 6 triples overall for the Giants. And the Sharks finally started to get it going, but the efficiency just was not there for them as they shot 33% in that first half. Nice work on the glass. Aston Inwood, one of the fantastic hustlers out there. I liked what Collier was doing, just probably doesn't have enough ball in hand. McNaught not looking aggressive with the shot, but doing a great job of setting up his teammates. Dane Burtonshaw, this player I think the Sharks are going to need to get a little bit more active. Collier, 2 big blocks around the cup. And we'll finish with the steals. One for Dempster, one for Collier, who's really doing a lot for the Sharks, but just hasn't been able to equate that into buckets. Overall, it's a dominant performance by the Giants for this one. A 14-point lead. And it's going to be, I think, difficult for the Sharks just to score enough points to get within touch distance, much less try and win this game.
Yeah, indeed. It's Nelson have just been a well-oiled machine. Doesn't matter who just seems to come in, Casey. They just seem to just keep rolling forward.
They've been swapping guys in and out. Mentioned a few times they've got 3 players, along with Jones and Lucky Crate. They've also got
Will Blight is the other one. Yeah,
with the under-19 Tall Blacks, who are doing so fantastically well. And another game coming up soon against the Swiss.
Yeah, I think that one comes up on Saturday morning, maybe Friday night.
Well, as long as they turn into Swiss cheese, that's okay. That's all I'm looking for. Let's put some holes in that Swiss defense.
Exactly. Might be difficult in front of their home passionate fans. Now Ramage for a 3 to start the quarter. Unlucky there. Rebound by Dempster. That's his 4th. Now McNaught.
A little bit of change in the starting lineup. And here, Ramage off the bench here. He gets the start, even though he started on the bench for the game.
Now McNaught looking to break that zone down. Can't get the angle on the layup. Ledger. Now Webster. Pass to Ramage, who tries another 3, and this time he succeeds.
Well, good pace. Got up and down the court nicely. Ramage runs well to the corner, and just playing with that speed, I think, is important for the Sharks to try and work their way back in. Nice start to the second half.
Back to an 11-point margin as Dempster can't restore that 14-point lead.
And the zone a bit more successful that time. Giving that shot up to Dempster, he misses that one, but he's going to be confident on the next look.
Webster, nice pass. Ledger.
Oh, somehow gets through.
Exactly. Lacked a little powers. Burtonshaw gets 2 points. His first 2 of the game.
Just gets in the teeth of the defense, his spot, and then elevates for the finish. Things starting to look a little bit better for the Sharks.
Little 5-0 run. See if Matthews can end that. He can't. Ledger's got another board.
Giants settling a little bit for the jump shot now. They were at their best when they were penetrating in the first half.
Inga can't bury the 3, but the rebound's kind there for Burtonshaw. Inga looking to tip it in, does a great job.
Well, they're just playing hot potato from one side of the court to the other. Inger to Burtonshaw, back to Inger, but he gets the tip. And we're getting closer to a ball game here, Glenn.
I reckon it's just about is a ball game. Here's McNaught, particularly if Nelson can't score from this play. Nice salvage there from Chamberlain. And that looked good from the hand.
Well, just had that rhythm dribble there. Cardinal sin by the defense, leaving the basketball. Got to stay on him, especially when that player's in shooting range. Chamberlain makes him pay.
Here's Ledger. Now Burtonshaw again. Nice pass back to Ledger. Ledger trying to get that rebound. Can't do so this time. Here's McNaught. Really pushed down to Matthews. Now Chamberlain in the corner again. Can't nail it. Inga has it. This is a good quarter. Good pace to it.
Yeah, it's been back and forth. Love these attacks in transition.
Good pass there from Ledger. And
deep.
Webster.
Quick Webster fails it. Doesn't even need to get within 4 feet of the 3-point line. Lets it fly and tickles the twine.
The earth moved under his feet, didn't it? Here's McNaught. Chamberlain. Webster, that's Dempster rather. McNaught in the corner. Going baseline, and there's some space there, and he reverses it in.
Yeah, just need a little bit of the rotation there from Ledger. Has to drop down and take away that reverse angle. Unfortunately, he doesn't now. Sharks are back down 9.
Ledger, quick ball to Braden Inga again.
This is Inger's spot. He loves it on this block for that fadeaway especially.
Ooh, lovely finish there from Inga.
Just knows he can get to his spot there. Great size advantage against McNaught. 6'7" against about 6'1". So he knows he can go to that fadeaway, and McNaught can't hurt it.
Chamberlain's fouled. He's playing well in this quarter, isn't he, Caleb Chamberlain?
Athletic take on the baseline there. Ran into a little bit of contact and has to go for the reverse. There we see a drop off. Nice back cut. Inwood recognizes it. Chamberlain tries to go to the other side of the rim, but takes the harm and is off to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 2.
Chamberlain's managed to get on court for 8 games in the NBL this year.
Another of these promising young players that the Giants keep developing and cycling through.
First free throw miss of the game there by Chamberlain. So 2 from 3, 3 from 4 now from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for Nelson. To an 8-point game. Here's Hayden Collier. Oh, stolen.
Just too easy. Matthews was all over that.
James Matthews with a steal and finishes.
That hard work from Southland just been undone a touch now.
Well, that's those careless errors, the unforced turnovers, just coming at inopportune times for this Sharks team.
Ooh, lovely no-look pass. Finished off by Ramage.
Really good work against the pressure. Still 2 seconds left for Rignot, though.
Looks like he didn't quite get that away in time. So 32-24. We've seen that lead cut from 14 to 8. So that's not a bad return there for Southland as we see the score 32-24 with 1 quarter left.
Yeah, they picked up the work rate, got themselves back into the ball game with a 16-point quarter, but not quite enough to get all the way back in as we take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats.
We've got an even spread of scoring in that Southland team, haven't we? Only one player hasn't scored, and that's Andrew Wheeler, who's been on for 26 seconds.
I didn't even see Wheels out there.
Me neither. 32 seconds. He's just been added 6 seconds.
he's got it going. Was Wheels out there at the end? I'm going to have to check my Sky Broadband fiber to see if I do some searches on the internet. And you can get that too for $50 a month for the first 12 months. But when you look at this game, to me, it's the story of the three-point line. The Giants have slumped now to 7 for 17. Just got a little bit cold from deep. And if they continue to be so aggressive from beyond the arc, I think the Sharks can keep working their way in. And yes, there is Andrew Wheeler back in the game.
Well, look, this is his first game this season in the last game.
I believe it is. A little short on bodies, the Sharks are today. No, he's been spent most of the season as an assistant coach, but no Johnny Helu, no Zoe Burton today. Both out with injuries, so maybe just need a little bit, a few bodies for the road trip. I mean, Wheels has still got a little bit in the game too, though.
Here's Dempster for 3. Ooh, hard luck there.
Inwood again, love his work on the glass.
Here's Matthews for 3. Don't quite have the angle, and that one's come off. Hang on.
That's off Wheeler. Yeah, that's off Wheeler. Put his hand in there as Inwood was trying to chase it down. The work rate of Inwood gets 1 rebound, doesn't get the second, but still retains possession because of his effort.
Matthews bounds it back to Dempster. Hasn't scored since he nailed those 14 points early on in this game. 4 on the shot clock. And there's Inwood again. What a menace he is under the glass. He's going great in this game. Matthews trying to get it out here to Vericchio. Matthews can't nail the triple. Nice strong rebound finally from Collier. Yeah, down to Ramage for 3, and he stroked one again from the corner. Ramage has 10 points.
And how much better are the Sharks when they get some pace in transition, kicking it ahead and shooting the ball before the Giants defense gets set. Once again, back in the game, but not for long.
Nice job by Inwood, and he's fouled as well.
And just a little bit lazy on the defense. Inwood, they're thinking that handoff's going to come, and Inwood sees that lane open because the defenders are setting up for that action. Just cuts it right back. He's like, oh, come over here. No, I won't. I gave him the dipsy-do. Comes back for 2. Inwood gets the hoop, the harm, and off to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for the old-fashioned three-point play.
He's got 6 points and will remain 6 with the three-point play miss. He's got 5 rebounds, all of them on the O-boards. Here's Inga. It's time he passed to Collier. And Inwood reckon he might have got a clean block there, but not to be.
Well, good effort by Aston Inwood, collapsing on the defense. Collier's a guy, though, I think the Sharks should be feeding pretty consistently. Got a great size advantage on the post, a willing passer, good scorer. This time he takes the hack off to the Chemist Warehouse and a couple of free throws to make it a 5-point game once again.
There's still a chance here for Southland. Southland missed their first free throw of the game.
To see that action. A little bit of body contact. A lot of basketball up high.
6-point game. Nelson need a basket here to settle themselves down. They've only got one in this quarter so far.
They're controlling the pace. They're being very judicious with what they're putting out there.
Just can't quite convert at the moment. There's Inwood with another O-board.
Great work rate. I mean, he is just really moving around, refusing to get boxed out.
Matthews can't nail that one, and then Inga's got it. So now Southland, still 2 minutes and 15 to play. Still plenty of time for them.
6 points and 7 boards for Inwood now.
He's having a great game. Inga just refusing to give up there, and there's 2, and we're back to a 4-point game.
It was a gifted scorer. You know, I think if he really was aggressive with the ball in hand each time, he could score a lot more here in the Rapid League, but now's the time to get it done. Sharks looking good there in this chase.
Riccio again, getting the ball here. Can't get the roll off the rim, and he's busy, but that's come off him. It's going to be Southland ball, a chance to cut it to 2, maybe 1.
How about this Sharks defense? Have really stamped their impact here on the team in the second half, holding the Giants to just 2 points in the fourth quarter. 10 points so far in the second half. That's after the opening 16, but there's the Giants again. That man, Sammy D.
That was great. Full court pressure by Nelson. McNaught. It's hard off the glass, and there's Inwood again.
Wow, 8 rebounds. Just putting them together. He's got all, are they all 8 offensive?
They are.
All
they
8
are.
offensive, oh my.
Here's Matthews. Nelson had gone really cold from out beyond the arc in this game, and now Dempster's lost, rather Inga's lost it to Dempster.
Dempster. Sammy D gets another steal. His 3rd of the ball game. Had 14 points in the opening quarter. Hasn't scored since then. But the defense has stayed strong.
Nelson have dropped to 34%. Shot clock down to 6, 5. There's a block from Collier.
If he doesn't get it, that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Well, great job by Hayden Collier.
Well, they're letting him play. Should have been a shot clock violation probably, but now they have to act with a little bit of speed.
40 seconds left. Southland need a score here.
I'd like to see Inger get aggressive. Instead, it's Quake Webster.
With an absolute prep. Burton Shaw. That was a low percentage shot, really, from Quake Webster.
Yeah, I would like to see it work for a better, more high efficiency play there. Now they're trying to foul, but the whistle's not getting blown.
No, it is. Yeah, they've got big men out there with Collier, Burton Shaw, and also Ledger and Inga. Why not utilize them?
Especially when you're down 4. You know, if you get that possession in, something attacking the basket, try and get a whistle as well. You can't blame if you got the green light, you got the open look, and that's a shot your teammates and your coach are confident you take, and you take the look. But maybe look makes it a little bit more difficult when you get that miss. Webster gets the foul there, trying to send the Giants to the line on this one.
She's done now because they're in the bonus. So.
Well, either way, it's a 2-possession ball game.
Yep.
So no matter what he does here, you know it's 2 possessions. Call a player timeout. Try and get a quick one in. Try and force a steal as much the same as the Giants have done to your squad. And I say a little bit of help.
Oh, James Matthews misses that. Dropped to 50% now on the free throw percentages.
And I'd like to see the Sharks call a player timeout here, save time. Oh, violation called on Will Ledger. Unfortunately, so another free throw. It's been the little mistakes for the Sharks in this game. The enforced turnovers, the lane violation. I know Andrew Mulligan is just so happy that the scourge of the game's getting knocked out.
Yeah.
There's that player timeout.
18 seconds left.
That's unfortunate for the Sharks. But it does, their unfortunate mistake does give you a chance for the BNZ player timeout ticket to the big game. Scan that QR code for a chance to win tickets to this season's games, but time is running out. If you've got a group of 5 or more, BNZ wants you sidelined to help inspire that next generation of Kiwi Hooper.
So what do you do here if you're Southland? You want a quick basket, Casey?
The first best, quickest look. If that's right at the basket for 2, obviously a little bit easier if you get to 3, but who do you trust to shoot that shot? But it has to be up in the 4 seconds or less.
Inga trying to create that look. Webster blocked. Chamberlain, that might just about be it.
I like the action, but Chamberlain shows off his athleticism once again. He is a high flyer. Smacked that shot out of there.
He did really well, Chamberlain, in that play, and he's had a couple of big plays at other points of the game as well.
A nice little cut, good action, moving without it, but Chamberlain lines it up and knocks it down. Now it's Alex McNaught with a chance to ice it.
Yeah, you can seal victory with these 2 free throws.
There's the first. That makes it nearly impossible. And one more wake. I'll go ahead and say we'll put that one in the chili bin.
Here we are, and he can pull it out.
Yeah, that's on ice now.
It's going to taste good.
Ledger goes deep. What happens?
Now Burnshaw's lost it. Southland still have it. Webster for 3. Oh, hard luck there for Quake Webster.
That kind of night for the Sharks. The effort was there, but the in and out activity reminiscent of what was happening to them throughout the Rapid League. But it's the Giants, your 2025 Rapid League champions, taking the game 37-30. They have
9. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Trafalgar Centre as we count down to tip-off time, your NBS Nelson Giants. Up against the Southland Sharks tonight, I'm going to say thank you to our gold sponsors, NBS, Sky Sport, ITM, Hunters Wine, Spring & Firm, Johnson Associates, Mike Perro Mortgages and Insurance, CLM, Bogota Toyota, Media Works and Tannendale and Partners. Our community sponsors, Nelson Airport, Fujifilm, Tahiti Beach Holiday Park, McDonald's, and our Guardian members, NBS, Duke & Cook, Munro Dental, Skipper Training New Zealand, Alfresco, Smart Array, Allen Plumbing, and more building, all making it happen here at the Trafalgar Centre for every game this year, 2025, for the NBS Nelson Giants. Big thank you to our lead partners, Sales Authentic New York Pizza, naming partner of the Sales NBL. TJ Gardner, presenting partner, Sky Broadband, major partner, Sky Sport, official broadcaster, major partner, Bartercard and Coin, naming partner of the Sales NBL referees. New Balance, official team apparel and merchandise partner, Alton, the official ball supplier, RY, the official rehydration partner, and Chemist Warehouse, the official pharmacy of the NBL. The crane, the big fella, getting the jukes up.
Jones, look out!
Who knew that? And Andrew Jones.
Combs gets the finish.
Dempster, 3 ball. Trains out. Called it. Finds a bit of space, up he goes. Two-handed slam from the Richmond kid, Hayden Jones.
Lofton, great for 3. Now McNaught. Yeah, that looked good from the hand from Alex McNaught. Robinson's found the gap and all the way off the glass. Shard kicks it up, goes down, William Shard. Oh, how about that? Your NBS Nelson Giants tonight: Rico Verruccio, Callum Williams, Caleb Chamberlain, James Matthews, Aston Inwood, Sam Dempster, Alex McNaught, Callum McRae, Jeremy Combs, Williams Judd, Andrew Jones and Alex Robinson on court tonight against the Southland Sharks. Shall we get both teams to the benches, please? Both teams to the benches.
I could see the whole city from this balcony. Back in 2019, I was outside free, but now they got it out for me. I don't care what Friday you was in, you can't out for me. Keep dreaming, pineapple juice, I get it sweet. I know what they like, so I just keep cheesing. Hard drive full of EC. Trying to come to San Diego.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the hangar. How good is this? Give yourselves a round of applause. We have a sellout tonight for the last game for your NBS Nelson Giants. Welcome to town, Southland Sharks. Number 2, Will Ledger. Number 3, Braden Inger. Number 6, Jack Ramage. Number 10, Quake Webster. Number 51, Hayden Collier. Number 13, Dane Burtonshaw. Number 1, Andrew Wheeler. Starting 5 for the Southland Sharks tonight. Number 5, Caleb Asprey. Number 14, Tukaha Cooper. Number 20, Keelan Boo. Number 33, Sam Timmins. And number 53, Josiah Alec. On the courts. At home for the last time in 2025, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a round of applause and welcome out onto the home court, number 77, Rico Paricchio. Number 6, sponsored by NMIT, Cohen Williams. Number 7, sponsored by Fruzio, Caleb Chamberlain. Number 35, sponsored by On Fun Agri, James Matthews. Number 23, the power forward that showed the power. Of course, in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, sponsored by On Farm, sponsored by NMIT, Aston Inwards. Naughty, 0, Alex McNaught, sponsored by Resource. Captain, number 10, sponsored by Newell Stoke San Dempster. Your starting 5 for 2025 in the last game. Number 25, Callum McRae. Number 1, all the way from Texas, ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Coates. Number 67, sponsored by Helen Ruston, Casey and Co. Liam Judge. Number 41, Andrew Jones, and sponsored by Richmond Aquatic Centre. Number 5, Alex Robinson, your NBS Nelson Giants for 2025. Here we go. Referees for tonight's NZNBL game, brought to you by Barnacan and Coy. They are Regan Ashley, Hayden Piper and crew chief Matthew Bathurst. chips, the hot dog.
Kia ora te whanau and welcome here to the Trafalgar Centre here in Nelson. And they are coming in to fill every seat for this do or die clash here in round 16 of the NZNBL. Yes, we're right at the end of the regular season and we've got a little doozy tonight with two of the hottest teams going at it here. The Nelson Giants, who won their last 4 games on the trot, and Southland won 6. And this is going to be some game, Casey Frank, with a lot on the line for both teams.
Most definitely. The Giants are playing for their postseason lives. They have to win for a chance to get in. But the Sharks, even though they've locked up an eliminator final, they're not done yet. They could move as high as a 3rd seed with a win tonight and a little bit of a help. And they'll be focused on that for the duration of the evening.
Well, let's have a look at the good health poll brought to you by mixandpick.com. It is the Sharks at 68% and the Giants 32%. Surprised that's not a little bit closer. But remember, the good health poll is brought to you by the trusted Viralex range, the natural immune defense support for the whole family, available at Chemist Warehouse. Are you surprised that's not a little bit tighter?
You know, I'm leaning Giants myself. I think this is a team that's going to be desperate, a lot to play for on their home court. They have great size, and I think with the Sharks losing a little bit of shooting with Zoe Burton and Johnny Hulu out, I think that's going to affect their efficiency greatly.
Yeah, their starting 5 is still pretty solid though, isn't it? With Tukaha Cooper coming in for the injured Alonzo Burton. Let's have a look at the ladder, and there is Southland. So what's going to happen if they win the game here? They're going to lock up 3rd, or is it still alive, isn't it?
Well, it leaves it up to the Taranaki Airs there, because it all comes down to points percentage, that second column from the right. Any kind of tiebreak, if you're tied on wins, it goes to points percentage. You see the Sharks at 95. If they're tied with the Taranaki Airs, who play the Otago Nuggets later this week, and if they both end up on 12 wins, that will go with number 3 seed to the Airs. But we're on the bottom half with the Nelson Giants. If they get win number 9, and we saw the Tuatara and the Bulls in the bottom half of the first page, if they lose their games, the Jets lose their game, or 2 of those 3 teams lose, the Giants win this, they will get into the finals based on their strong points percentage. And remember, it counts Rapid League and the NZNBL. That's why the Giants percentage is so strong. Interesting,
isn't it? With the Giants winning that Rapid League earlier this evening over the Sharks 37-30 to wrap up their 2nd consecutive Rapid League title. Now here are the games to come. So much on these last 4 games. Can the Airs get it done, finish 3rd? What about the Tuatara? They need that win. The Jets have hit the skids. They need the win over the Nuggets. If they don't win that, they're gone. And then that bottom game right there, Canterbury, can they stop a 3 or an 0-3 run?
And do they want to? Taylor Britt probably still going to be injured, but the Bulls will be in that one desperate to get a win, because if they get a win, more than likely they will be in the final 6.
So a lot to look forward to, not only tonight, but for the rest of the week coming up before the playoffs start midweek next week. So let's have a look at the starting 5 for the Southland Sharks. Tukaha Cooper, Caleb Asbury, Keelan Boone, Josiah Alec, and also Sam Timmins. And let's talk to big Sam Timmins right now. Tomingham, take it away.
Here with Southland Sharks, Sam Timmins. Sam, massive win for you guys against the Fire, secured that playoff berth. Talk to us a wee bit about that game.
Yeah, I think we dropped one in Harwood against Palmy, and kind of after that one we just like, look, we can't lose another game if we want to make keep the onus on us, keep it within our own hands. And yeah, it's a credit to the group. We've really locked in and made sure that we haven't dropped one since then, and we'd find ourselves in a pretty good spot right now. So yeah, proud of the guys.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about kind of your move to Southland, and talking to you pre-game, it's saying that you've really enjoyed. Talk to us about Southland and Invercargill and how you've embraced the Sharks culture.
Yeah, it's a great group. I've had a lot of fun being a part of it. The community, obviously they really get behind the Sharks down there. The Shark Tank is a great place to play. A lot of young guys that, really eager to learn, and they bring a great energy to the gym every day. So I'm really enjoying my time, and I'm happy that we've been able to have some success and that we're going to have a home game in front of our fans.
And so a big one tonight against the Giants, a chance for you guys to secure a potentially 3rd spot on the table. Giants looking to try to keep their playoff hopes alive. What do you need to do to get to that 3rd spot and end the Giants' playoff hopes?
Yeah, well, I think, we're 2 of the hottest teams in the league at the moment. I think since the FIBA break, they've been on an absolute tear, just kind of like we have. And yeah, I think regardless of what it means in the standings, just 2 teams that are playing really well, and it's going to be a good, fun, tough battle for both of us. And I think we're just looking forward to that matchup.
All the best, mate. Good luck.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, Timmins as solid as ever, 15 points per game at 52%. And he's grabbing 8 boards a game as well for the Sharks. So he's a big part of the puzzle that has been the Southland Sharks in the last 6 weeks. Here is the starting 5. That starting 5 is as good as any in the league. Alex Robinson, Andrew Jones, Liam Judd, Jeremy Combs, Callum McRae. Let's hear from Captain Sam Dempster.
Here with Nelson Giants captain Sam Dempster. Sammy D, big win against the Tuatara last week to keep the playoff hopes alive.
Yeah, no, it was a good win. Packed house, which always helps us. We always got great fans, so they helped us through last week.
And in terms of Giants, you've been around a while now. This team, it's been a roller coaster of a season. Talk a wee bit about the comeback of this team and, you know, the resolve they've shown to be in a situation where they're not out of the playoffs after an 0-8 start.
Yeah, I think obviously we got some great people in. A bit of a rough start, like you said, but the people we've got coming really brought into the game plan. Fitz does a great job with us, and yeah, we're just hoping we can get one across the line tonight and then carry on from there, hopefully.
And Southland Sharks, another team that's in great form at the moment. You need some other results to go your way, but a win tonight can get you in the playoff picture mix. What do you need to do to get the win?
Yeah, it's going to be a battle. Obviously, they've got a whole lot of energy. They rebound well. They just play hard. So, yeah, the key for us is matching that intensity, matching the energy, and come out ready to battle.
All the best, mate. Good luck.
Look at that stash.
Yeah, I know. Can't say I'm jealous, Casey. No disrespect, you know, to people with facial hair.
If I could get away with just a stash, I would, but the wife won't let me. But on to the Chemist Warehouse stats.
Hey, there's a lot of W's up there.
A lot of W's. 2 of the hottest teams in the league right now on this side of the Saints. The Sharks, 6 in a row they've pulled off, 4 in a row for the Giants, and they've won 8 of 11 down the stretch to get to this point. Look how close these teams are. Less than a point difference in points scored. Less than a point difference in points allowed. They are so close in so many statistical categories. The big difference, the Sharks shoot the ball much better from outside, and the Giants take much better care of the rock. And take a look at these 2 key players. We've got them a little switched around. That's my fault. Keelan Boone plays for the Sharks. Jeremy Combs plays for the Giants. But those are the 2 key players. And certainly, Boone's going to be finding some range from outside, where Jeremy Combs is going to be doing his damage on the interior.
Well, even their stats are pretty even too. Combs 24 points per game, Boone 22. And we got both in the 40% for 3-point shooting. And 8 rebounds per game for Boone, 7 for Combs. It's pretty even between the 2.
There really is not a lot of difference between these 2 squads. Much the same as their journey through the season. Yeah. Yes, the Sharks won their first game, but then they lost 4 in a row. Great article in the Southland Times today about Coach Jonathan Yim even getting some stick from the barista. He was asking him at some point, nice. Do you know how to coach? Oh, my goodness. Which, you know, Coach Yim was very appreciative of the effort. I'll tell you what, I'd be finding another coffee house. But that's me.
Exactly.
But, you know, the love for the Sharks is deep down there, and they've got a chance to get close to that 3rd seed. But this Nelson Giants team, what they've gone through, losing the first 7 games of the season on the trot to work their way back in from there, really impressive show of wherewithal and mental toughness. And now it comes down to this. Can they get a win and just give themselves a chance? There's no guarantees, but they give themselves a chance. Or is this Sharks team, or they got something special brewing in the orange, because they have been on quite a streak. Seems to be a team that enjoys playing with one another. They've got players at every position. Don't have a lot of depth, but it hasn't bothered them the last 6 games.
Yeah, their starting 5 is as good as any in the league. And your comments about Jonathan Yim were interesting. He got the squad together mid-court after their last win, and you could see there was a real chemistry between him and his players.
Yeah, he's dedicated to the cause. You know, he's moved down here from the other side of the world. He's got a great, of course, repertoire and CV coming from the NBA. But he's doing the work down in Southland. They love him down there. The team loves him, and they're doing great things.
Looking forward to the tip-off in just a moment with Sam Timmins. Oh, that is a Nelson Giants supporter through and through on screen right there. He just ignored Sam Timmins.
They know what they're doing.
After the photo.
They know what they're doing. They are not here to see teams from the opposition. They are here to support the Giants in Nelson.
Well, let's get this game on now, and Nelson have got the ball through Robinson. And Combs wants to get to work straight away, and he does.
He is just such a clever scorer. I mean, Sam Timmins is right there, but he understands the angle, gets back to the left hand. I love that pace to tip things off. I'm really interested in this matchup. between Robinson and Asbury, that is a lot of flavor between those two PGs.
Yeah, absolutely, they're two of the best in the league for sure. As Alec misses the three, Callum McRae picks up the loose ball. Oh, and there's Boone stealing it.
Yeah, nice hustle. He saw that play developing despite Judd's athleticism. He caught up.
Oh, Boone going all the way, dishing it to Alec. He's not going to seal those 2 points, but he's a fighter.
What timing by Liam Judd, flying down, and he was all the way at the other end. That pass that got stolen was for him, but he hustles back in to get that block. And then Robinson and Alec fight for the ball. Alec out of bounds. You can see there's going to be some tussles tonight.
Indeed, and remember, Nelson have got to win this game. Have any chance? They could be a really dangerous side in the playoffs if they get the win and make the six.
Nobody is unbeatable in the competition right now, and everybody's got the ability to beat everybody else. Oh my! Alex, if that's going for him early, watch out.
Exactly.
Because he's a solid shooter, but not a great one. He's more about the penetration. But if his confidence up from outside, it's going to be a good one as Timmons hits the little hook shot.
Exactly. Nice little opening two-pointer there for Sam Timmons. You're right, that underlines. Well, that doesn't underline Nelson as a really good side of the sloppy pass there from Robinson over to Jones, who wasn't even looking.
I actually think that was to Cal McRae, and McRae thought it was to Jones behind him, so he let it go. But neither expected that pass to go across. And I think we got a drink on the ball. Uh-oh, gonna have to swap this one out.
What are you doing? What do you need to do? Give it a wipe down now.
A little wipe down. Got the towel over. Cocktails ordered. Cocktails splashed.
Asbury.
Skip around, having some fun with the ball.
It's going to be a good battle between him and Robinson all game. Alec. Got that lovely left hook, hasn't he?
He goes to it often, gets that great extension. Combs doesn't contest that one. That enables Alec to finish it with a high rate of efficiency.
Robinson again.
Oh, I thought Alec was on the line there.
Yeah, interesting that Boone made a play for it. Maybe there was a slight deflection. Now, Cooper, still going to be Sharks ball.
And both teams are going to have to be very careful with the basketball. These teams like to get their hands in passing lanes.
It's Asbury again. Not much movement off the ball in this place so far for Southland. Timmons up against McRae. Timmons winning the battle there.
Well-designed play there. It looks like it's going to be a handoff for Boone, but he sets the up screen. And then Timmons has that isolation on Judd. A lot of size coming off. Here, take another look at it. Boone comes in, sets that screen, and now Timmons comes around. Judd contests well, but McRae trying to get back into play. Gets that hand caught in the cookie jar. Sharks in the lead. Three-point play opportunity from the Chemist Warehouse for Sam Timmons.
He's made a strong start, hasn't he? Got the mocks on him. He's got 4 points. Southland lead by 1. Jones. Jones for 3, yes.
He's just too easy. Dribbles down, gets his range in, and tickles the twine for 3.
Jones feels like he could explode any time as well. Nice pass from Cooper. Timmons has it smashed out of his hands by Callum McRae. Here's Robinson. Pass to Jones was good. Tipped in by McRae. No, Alec has it.
That's unfortunate. Jones does all the work. Can't get the finish.
Asbury. Beautiful finish there.
Another great screen. And Asbury gets the steal afterwards almost. Judd tying his shoe. A lot of action happened in the meantime.
Needed a teammate down there, Asbury. Now McRae and Tisman. Of course, McRae's playing against his old team here. Here's Robinson.
2 for 3. A-Rob locked in from deep. And the Giants, one of the lowest volume three-point shooting teams in the league, are getting hot from deep early.
Got 3 threes already. Boone. Boone again. Well, that's well short.
Got a piece of that one, I think Alex Robinson did. So that's a block there. Doing it on both ends.
He's hiding in the corner now. It's McRae. Brings him back down to the center now. Tries to give him some space. Nice pass out to Combs. Combs just away, and now Timmons looking for that fast break opportunity. Here's Tukaha Cooper. Nice from Cooper.
Well, these Sharks guards are really utilizing the bigs on the block as essentially screeners. That time, Tukaha Cooper uses Alec, gets to the other side for the reverse.
He's made good strides this season, hasn't he? Been an improved player.
And McRae sloppy with the ball there. Foul on Jeremy Combs up high. Just a couple of lackadaisical possessions from the Giants early in this one. Not quite what I expected. Thought that execution would be a little bit tighter, but the unforced error is creeping in early. Braden Inger checks into the ball game for Keelan Boone early.
Boone taking a breather as we see Asbury trying to get around Robinson. Oh, that's a nice mid-range jumper there.
Yeah, they let him get to the step back, didn't contest, neither Robinson or Combs. And Asbury says, you keep that hand down, there's gonna be buckets all night.
Robinson now, that's what you were talking about earlier. He's got that fantastic drive to the basket.
Yeah, he plays with a lot of sauce, man. It is spicy too. I love that cut, love that finish.
And what about that finish? That's efficient as there from Timmins.
So deep. That catch, when McRae's not on him, he gets that strength advantage, even if it is Combs trying to defend.
Robinson, beautiful little play there to Combs.
Man, that's a great pickup. The first division is good, but that catch by Combs even more impressive.
Timmins has lost it out of court there. Just got a little bit tangled up with McRae.
Well, not a bad pass by Alec. I like the thought, but Timmins just unable to corral. Would have been 2 points had they locked it in. Josiah Alec heads to the bench for a minute. Can't imagine he'll be over there for too long.
Absolutely. Oh, everything Nelson scored. Southland come roaring back each time so far. Very little between these two teams in the early stages of this game. Robinson.
Oh, look at that little change there. Tip by McRae doesn't go, and Sharks off to the races.
Work by Timmins again. Now Cooper for three. He's got it to Kaha Cooper.
Playing with a lot of confidence lately. Re-injected into that starting lineup a couple of weeks ago and is playing with a lot more aggressiveness as Cooper hits the triple to reward the coach's decision.
Nice.
Too easy.
Good vision there from McRae. Efficient again.
Yeah, too easy. Just you don't want to leave Combs underneath. You'd rather live with that McRae mid-ranger. Nice pass from the big man, talented facilitator.
Cooper. Marked by Judd. Oh, little stray hand there works out for Nelson. And Combs is fouled by Inger.
Well, he gets that foul on the pass. Alex Robinson, he's challenging his big fellas to run. You better be looking for that pass to come through when you're ahead, because look at that, he just tips it ahead. The foul on Inger. Combs had no chance to get that up, so it'll be ball onto the baseline. Combs and Jones take a break.
See Dempster out there with McNaught now. Robinson marked tightly by Asbury. McNaught now to Judd. Dempster got the O-board. Now Robinson.
Alex Robinson.
He's now two from the same spot. Three?
That's 3 threes. That's
Three
2 from the
threes,
same
I think.
spot, the 3 overall.
Yeah.
3 threes in a quarter. This is a heck of a performance by Alex Robinson. He is taking the challenge on today.
11 points already for him. Inger just can't wait the pass there to Timmins, who reckons he was fouled.
Well, I love Judd working his way back into the play. A little bit of contact, but it looks like a basketball play to me, and Judd wins. Robinson again?
Ooh, no.
He check. Goes wanting.
Here's a Cooper.
Sharks aren't changing their defense on him. They're going to keep going under.
Here's Cooper again. He's lost it, but this time a little reach-in foul by Liam Judd.
Gets that hand caught in the cookie jar. Possession stays to the Sharks. Another chance to try and work their way back into this 3-point deficit.
Yeah, lead's been as big as 5. Timmins and Cooper have made good starts to the game. Cooper sitting down on 5 points, Timmins on 6.
You hear the hand that Alex Robinson got when he went to the bench there. Crowd down in Nelson appreciates good basketball, and he was playing a lot of it.
Inger can't nail that jumper. Jones back out there now with Combs. Just kicks out of my way, Will Ledger, please.
Yeah, he just
In fact, he didn't even
shoulder.
say please.
There is no please and thank yous. His manners are wanting, but the game is not.
Alec, back to Boone. Short breathers for both those gentlemen. And now Inga. Ledger. Here's Boone for three. Yes, that looked sweet from the moment and left his fingernails.
Yeah, he's been turning one of the premier scorers in the competition over the second half of the season. When he's hitting from deep, it's going to be a long night for whoever's guarding him.
McNaught. Lane closes for Alex McNaught, but he finds a way. That's nicely done by Alex.
Well, just patience. You know, he used all his steps and hands on the basketball. He still kept on fighting for it. And he's able to get the layup eventually.
He's been a little bit more productive on the scoring end recently. Speaking of productive on the scoring end.
Clever move there. Looked like he ran out of room, but the length of Boone really came into play there to get that finish at the rim. Tough in and out by McNaught.
That was a nice little piece of footwork there. And Jones can't nail the jumper. Inga has it.
And McNaught, I think, gave up a chance of finishing at the rim, but had a great look in the end of the Giants.
Asbury. Alec. Getting the better of Deb Star. Not to be, yes to be.
That's a tough matchup for Sammy D, one-on-one. Alec has the size and the athleticism on him. Dempster fighting hard, but good quick move. Ties things up.
Exactly. There's nothing in this game, Casey.
We knew it was going to be close coming in. Mirror images of each other pretty much statistically.
Here's Combs. Oh, there he is again. Ledger. Combs slow to get up, though. So Southland got a chance to capitalise here. Asbury out to Braden Inga. Nice finish from Inga.
Managed to find the bucket.
Lots of chatter again out there.
I think that one stepped out of bounds, but regardless, it counts. Nice drive by Inga. Sharks back in the lead. What's the Giants' answer?
See what Combs can do against Alec. This is going to be a good matchup on this play.
It's got to be a foul. Yeah, Alec ties him up there. Wraps that. He's going to have to be careful because you have to use that forearm to keep Combs from going where he's going. But Combs does a nice job of snaking that arm in. Alec ties him up, and they're saying it's his fault, but that's all on the defender. You can't wrap him up like that, even if the offensive player is the one who puts him in. Ask everybody who has to guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or James Harden.
Well, they're probably unguardable just about, aren't they?
Pretty much.
Here's McNaught. 8 on the shot clock for Alex McNaught. 40 seconds left now in the quarter. Well played there by Southland. Chance for them here now, Casey, to get a bigger lead and have their biggest lead of the game's only been 2 points.
Had the 2-for-1 opportunity, but went a little bit slow. And that foul's going to give them 14 seconds, so more than likely, Giants will finish with the ball this quarter.
James Matthews with the foul. Cooper to inbounder. Here's Boone. Yeah, nice finish.
Well, you have to be so cognizant of that catch on the line. They see that hard closeout, but that opens up the drive. The help doesn't step up. Easy finish for a talented scorer.
So here's the last play now for Nelson in this quarter. Here's Jones. Jones just going to put the triple up and nail it too.
A big shot to finish the quarter for the Giants. Jones sees the defense step back. He drains a triple. The Giants hot from deep early.
Exactly. They've nailed 5 3-pointers in that first quarter, and as we expected, it's tight. After the first 10 minutes, the Sharks up by 1.
Time for our hoops for charity. Gotta get them. Down the other ends. Playing for Nelson Cricket, 45 seconds to get as many buckets as they possibly can. Go! Game underway. Whoever takes out the most, of course, going to get themselves $1,000 cash for their charity, thanks to our friends at NBS. The other person doesn't walk away with nothing, though. They get $500 cash if it is a tie. It goes to $750 apiece. James shooting hard. James doing all right. For Nelson Cricket. Hunter, shooting for Nelson Hockey. Just tap it underneath the basket. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it, ladies and gentlemen, all over. Give them a round of applause. And I'm going to say congratulations to Nelson Hockey. Hunter taking 11 points, James got 5. So $1,000 cash going to Nelson Hockey Association. In saying that, James just scored $500 for Nelson Quickett, so congratulations.
Yeah, a lot of Nelson fans pensive. What's running through his mind now? I don't know if it was the large pepperoni pizza from Sal's.
No, it would be a much bigger mouth because he tried to fit that slice in. Those are big slices. That large pepperoni, $29.99. Use that code Sal's Basket25 or scan the QR code right now. Valid until the 8th of July. Can't go wrong with pepperoni. Classic.
Well, Casey, who do you reckon's the happier of the two teams with a 1 point scoreline? You reckon? Actually, is that a silly question to ask, maybe?
No, I think both teams are pretty. That first quarter felt like a little bit of a tentative feeling out, sort of an opening round of a heavyweight fight. Some jabs mostly, no big uppercuts just yet. Now let's see the teams get in. Now we're seeing some little defensive switch up from the Giants, and it did not work as Ledger gets the smash.
Exactly. There's 2 points to Southland. Only 6 fouls conceded in the first quarter. That's both teams.
Yeah, 4 on the Giants, 2 on the Sharks. To me, that's a little lack in physicality. I'd like to see a bit more contesting for the basketball and defensively.
Well, let's see if we get that in the second quarter as Robinson, and here is a foul.
Yeah, he just does such a nice job of finding that contact. Alex Robinson's been such an enjoyable player to watch this season. A lot of spice in his game. Good off the handle, great facilitating, but showing that three-point shot tonight, looking to add to his 11 points at the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Keelan Boone was the player who picked up the foul. And here is Alex Robinson, who's made a fantastic start to the game. 12 points now. First visit to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for a Nelson player in the game. Here's 2 from 2.
Alex Robinson 2 from 2 from the free throw.
Back to a 1 point game again.
13 points for Robinson already.
Yeah, he's going great, isn't he? He averages 16 per game. So he's destroying his season's average. At this stage, Cooper.
And James Matthews just a bit too aggressive. In the face of the aggression of Tukaha Cooper. He looked for that contact. He found it. Now he finds himself at the Chemist Warehouse stripe, where every free throw counts this season because the Chemist Warehouse has teamed up with the Basketball New Zealand Hoops and Schools program. We're working together to bring hoops to schools near you. Every free throw made this year adds to the kitty. And every team has now hit that 225 mark, so there's going to be hoops going up everywhere. Keep an eye out on Basketball New Zealand social channels to see if it's a hoop or a park near you.
Awesome. Cooper getting 2 from 2 there. He's got 7 points. He's going well in this game. Now McRae. Jones. That's back-to-back threes for him.
And they're going to have to change that scouting report. They keep going under these screens, and the Giants are making them pay for that decision.
Edge up. Now Boone putting up the 3 in the face of 2, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 3 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Is that James Matthews conceding another foul?
Yeah, I mean, a good contest. I personally, looking at it, I thought Keelan Boone jumped forward on the jump shot. I thought it was a straight up and down. There was some contact, but not the way the Barter Card officiating crew sees it. So he will be off to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 3.
Speaking of 3, that's the 3rd foul for Matthews, and he's been out there for just on 2 minutes of court time.
Sometimes it's tough out there, man.
It really is, especially for the young fellas like him.
Always for the young fellas, always tougher for the young boys, no doubt about it.
So Boone at the free throw line, and he's been excellent free throw shooter. Hardly missed one all season. 87% coming into the game.
Just go ahead and put that jinx on him. Hardly missed. I mean, I didn't even have to see that one go to know what was going to happen next.
It happens every time.
Well, but a fantastic scorer this year. You know, he's at 21.6 points per game, just under 8 rebounds. But as of late, we've really seen the best of him. I think this last half of the season, his length, his three-point shooting has lifted this Shark squad.
Sharks up back up by 2 is Robinson. That's blocked by Timmins.
The big fella comes to play, and now the Sharks coming back the other way.
Inga for 3. Alec with a great rebound.
Love Alec's rebounding, just so impressive, the work rate.
Oh, Boone finds a way through, and he's going to go and shoot 2 at the Chemist Warehouse stripe again.
I think that's a bad call. I didn't see. If that foul's on McRae, I mean, he's standing there pretty still. He's just a big body. Not sure if that was on him or on the contact from behind. Take another look at it. Great rebound by Alec. And look at McRae. I think he's going to hold his ground here. I mean, what's he supposed to do? He didn't move from the time Alec got the rebound. Sometimes you just get punished for being big in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience again there.
Well, I was never that big. That young man, he is a load. Hey. Cal McRae, you look at him next to Sam Timmins. He makes Sam Timmins look like a normal person. Those are not normal men. These are large individuals.
Here's Boone. Keelan Boone up to 11 points.
Sharks are just
they just feel like they're getting into a strong position here, Southland.
It's just a little bit harder for the Giants offense right now. This is the first touch from McRae. I'd like to see it. Let's see what he does with it.
He just gives it to Combs. Combs finds a way through, but can't nail it. There's authority in that rebound.
Well, he had the move. Great part to get there, but can't get the finish. And another foul. The Giants, 4 fouls in just 2 minutes here in the second quarter. That does not bode well for the rest of this. They will be shooting free throws for the next 8 minutes on fouls.
Yeah, I like your description there. The offense for Nelson's just a little bit more. It's not quite as easy finding the basket at the moment. Yeah. Southland are.
It's just harder. Everything's a little bit harder. The Sharks, everything's just gets there a little bit easier, like that one would have.
The hoop got in the way.
Oh yeah, set up the big fella. Way to give the basket to the big boys running with you. Alex Robinson sets up the smash for Combs. The gamble, we got an open look coming.
Combs got 10 points, sloppy handling again. Oh, this time's it Jones.
What is Alex Robinson just setting the table? He puts out the fork, the knife, everything else, and these boys just got to put it in their mouth. Spoon feeding these fellas for buckets, and we got a tie ball game again.
What just happened there? Southland a little sloppy, and they paid the ultimate price.
Well, this is a speed with which we don't see the Giants play very often, but they have been quick on that change of possession. Look how quickly they are up the court. Robinson could have got the finish. Instead, he says, that's for my boy, Andrew Jones. I'll rattle that one home. And that was after doing the same setup for Jeremy Combs. Right back into it off the turnovers, the unforced errors. And that was one of the things I mentioned. The differences between these two teams, there's not many, but turnover rate is one. The Giants, top 5 in the league in turnover rate, and only a percentage point or so down. The Sharks, 10th in the league in turnover rate. They can get sloppy with the basketball at times. The big advantage for this Sharks team is from behind the arc, and they haven't shown that yet. No Zoe Burton, it's going to be a bit tougher. But right now, the turnover is the big issue. The Sharks have to do a better job taking care of the basketball, as they picked up their 5th turnover on that last one.
Indeed, and you, no doubt, Jonathan Yim, I think that was a good time to call a timeout too. Just hit that reset button. It's 36 apiece. Oh, going down the wire in this game. Long, long way to go. But we can tell you that Robinson is the top scorer at the moment with 13 points. And Boone's got 11 for the Sharks. Shooting the ball at 66%, the Sharks. And Nelson, 51. So it's a high-quality conversion rate from both teams.
Nelson, 51 overall, but 54% from behind the arc. And that is not the type of team they are normally shooting the basketball. They shoot 32% from the floor from deep, which is middle of the pack, as Robinson almost gets another steal.
Yeah, so interesting stats unfolding already. Hope you're enjoying the game live here on Sky Sport. Now Inga with those long arms. Here's McRae, and a chance to run again here for Nelson. 3-on-1 situation. And they can't convert this time. Alec. Now Southland. Inga. Flush time. No.
Oh, what hustle by Jones.
Oh, good follow-up by Sam Timmins.
Well, it's always good to have numbers, and nice job by Timmins not to just let the attempt by Inger go on its own. Love the hustle, though, by Andrew Jones to force that miss from Braden Inger.
Combs working on Alec and winning the battle.
That's just not a guy against any defender that you can just let go and have as many dribbles as he wants. He's going to get to his spot. You have to send another body or at least jab at him, make him think some help's coming.
Inger. Now Cooper. Nice rebound by Robinson. Now McRae sets the screen for Robinson. Creates space for himself really nicely there though, but can't convert. Now Boone.
The Giants need to be more aggressive on the rim. When they keep settling for jumpers, that's when the offense goes wayward.
He's just settling down a little bit here, just slowed up a little bit as Timmins tries to speed up. Alec. Nice. Can't nail it. Alec again. Now Boone for 3.
Wow. Offensive rebounds. Alec really active on the glass there. His 6th and 7th rebound of the game. 5 of them offensive.
Yeah, he's a real menace. Under the basket now Jones. Combs for 3. Well off target that time. And Southland possession. The game really hit the, well, we were in 4th gear, 5th gear, 6th gear a moment ago, Casey. Now it feels like we're in 2nd.
Only so much petty in the car. you got to save some for the rest of the journey. That opening quarter, 28-27 Southland. So far, 11-10 here in the 2nd.
Yeah, it really has tightened up, and everyone's gone quiet here in the stadium as well.
Well, they're pensive. They can feel it. Giants want to be in the postseason. They expect it. The fans expect it.
Ooh, Asbury sloppy for once. Alec. 7 on the shot clock, and Alec, that's classic Josiah Alec there.
Well, he just knows how to get to his spots. The work rate is so high and so much confident in that little floater there.
6 points for him now. Dempster. There's Combs again. Dempster for 3. Now a couple from that spot in the Rapid League game. Now McNaught. Oh, Judd, wide open. Timmins with the rebound though. Nelson just going a little bit cold now from the 3-point line.
Got to stay with those offensive glass attacks though. I wouldn't mind seeing a few basket rim attacks as well.
Here's Alec fancying his chances from long range. Can't nail it. Jones,
nice
beautiful outlet pass. Yes, here's Combs. 2 points. Nicely done.
Beautiful pass by Andrew Jones. He set it off the bat. Nice little leak out by Combs. Challenges the shot and then gets out first. And when that's recognized by the rebounder, you can do just that.
McNaught almost stealing the ball. There's Cooper. Might work out for Ledger here from the corner. Alec with the tip back.
Oh, Timmins got the big size advantage here.
Is he going to use it? Nice pass. That's how to do it.
That's going to be a timeout. Alex McNaught just completely lose sight of the shooter in the corner who cuts back door because everyone's worried about Timmins with that mismatch against Sam Dempster. The Sam's matched up. Timmins shows the pass though.
There's Dempster working on the referees there with his team down by 2.
Yeah, I wonder what the angle is there.
Don't know.
Can you, when there's that big guy on me, can you just give me a little bit more help?
Exactly. He wasn't allowed to throw that pass, ref. It's not fair. Dempster's working. He's got some plans and some schemes to work through. 42-40.
Yeah, that you mentioned before, the efficiency of the Giants just starting to dip. Underneath 50% now, down to 42% from 3. And the rebounds really tipping towards the Sharks. A 20-14 advantage right now. A couple extra turnovers has kept the Nelson Giants in it, and some good board work of their own. But overall, I still the same feeling at the start of the quarter. A little bit easier for the Sharks to get their buckets when they're coming. And just a little bit more effort is being required from the Giants to get things going. Outside of their fast breaks, when they're in fast breaks, they're forcing turnovers. That's when it looks its best.
I think if Southland are beating themselves in that area a little bit, aren't they, in the second quarter too, Casey? If they can just treasure the ball a little bit more, not push that pass, not give Nelson those fast break opportunities, they could have an opportunity to kick clear a bit.
Yeah, I think absolutely hit that one nail on the head there. You know, you're always hearing Coach Yim talk to the Southland Sharks team about being disciplined, and that discipline is when that goes away, that's when they get those turnovers. But when they're a disciplined team, they're so efficient, they got such great tools at every position that it normally bodes well for them.
Oh, Quake Webster's got an opportunity in this game as Jones loses the ball.
That's unfortunate. You know, they called the right play, had that nice look at the bucket, but leaves an easy one wanting. They were looking for that the whole time. They were always going to come to the back door. Jones just can't corral it.
So Webster out there now. His first taste of action in the game. Cooper getting a breather. Here's Webster again.
Another turnover.
Wow.
Oh. And another turnover.
Asprey.
And another turnover. 3 on the trot in about 4 seconds there. Does anybody want it? They both want it. Both teams just being aggressive, you know, and looking for their teammates there. Combs, good anticipation. Asbury, good anticipation. That last pass to Timmons, though, that's probably a little bit too big of a bite of the apple there.
Oh, no. Quake Webster.
No, that doesn't look good. I think he just was actually watching the ball, so didn't see exactly what happened. But that does not look good for Sammy D. Can't tell if he's grabbing it. It looks like he's grabbing his ankle, not his knee.
Yeah.
I think he maybe just turned it badly. At least that's the hope.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, just gets in the wrong spot. Gets tied up with Quake Webster.
Oh, Webster's been given the foul there.
Yeah, he got tied up with him, and wasn't intentional. But that contact is what took Dempster out of the play.
Well, that right there.
That doesn't look good. Can we get one of the players out? Why are we on the small physio? We'll get one of the big guys to help this guy to the sideline.
The game, yeah.
Well, that is going to take a chunk out of the Nelson Giants rotation.
Ashton Inwood is filling the hole now.
And I like Inwood. I think he's going to bring great energy, but he's not going to have that shooting ability that Sam Dempster displayed in the Rapid League.
Keep an eye on Dempster on the bench over there. He's really battling. Here's Inwood. Judd.
Oh, stepped out of bounds. A backward step. Best defender in the league, those sidelines.
Ledger now for Southland. Southland's biggest lead. What is it here? It's 4 points in the game. Nelson have only been ahead by 5, so it's only a 9-point spread. Here's Alec. Timmons. Looking for Webster, not getting the ball. Now Asbury with 9 on the shot clock. Oh, lovely pass. That's a great cut to the basket there from Webster.
Using his minutes, grabbing it with both hands and being productive. Up to 4 for the Sharks as the lead.
Certainly Webster's 11th appearance this season. That was great work to throw on the ball. Here's Jones.
There's Inwood.
Nailed a bunch of offensive rebounds in the Rapid League game, but now he's lost it. Asbury.
He just needs to be a bit more aggressive. Grab that basketball, think about scoring. The Giants, none of the bigs are really trying to get the ball going. I don't know who Timmons is passing to. I think maybe he thinks that Alex is going for the flash. Coach Yim's like, I'm not open, Sam.
Neither was the ref, who was right there. And the ref says, yep, I'm wearing a black and white.
Nobody's ever tried to pass to the refs. That's not happening. As we take a look at the Timmons pass, I'll look this way, and there, catch it. Right to Coach.
Love Alex. Were you trying to pass it to me, man? That was classic. Here's McRae.
Second touch of the game. Let's see the big fella get aggressive. Foul called on Sam Timmons. He says the hands are up, but it was the contact before that, apparently.
McRae just gives you that body language. Yeah, you've been doing it all day, mate.
Well, you can see quite often the frustration on Cal McRae. You know, he's it's been a bit of a difficult time for him to find his place in the offense for the Giants this year. You know, he's not the focal point with the way the team sort of changed with the imports sliding in and out, but he can still be such an effective player.
Robinson tries to find McRae, and there's the evidence from what you were saying, but he should have nailed that one.
Shot clock resets to 10, or 10 left on it, I should say.
Judd gives it back to McRae, who's lost it. Boone with the steal. Chance for Southland to get their biggest lead of the ball game now. And Boone's going to take it, is he? No, nice defense by Nelson.
Yeah, McRae there late really helped out. Good defense by Asbury. He's been really anticipating these passes well here in the second quarter.
Yeah, 4 points and 4 assists, 2 steals for him so far. Yeah, look at Sammy D. He's got his boot off. Foot out. I don't think he's going to be back, mate.
Oh, no, that's a wrap.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Judd for 3. No way. Judd usually reliable from long range.
Yeah, especially from the corners. That's his shot. Just a little quick with the release.
Well, referee just taking his time, making sure that there's no sweat on the floor. Now Timmins. He's having a good game, 8 points, 5 rebounds so far for Timmins. Here's Alec. Marked by Inwood on this occasion. Now Asbury. Cooper. Cooper can't get the roll. McRae with the rebound.
The defense for the Giants has been solid. Oh. Wow, that's a tough angle. Alex Robinson just a bit too aggressive with that foray.
Inwood going to take a spot on the bench now.
Well, Aston Inwood and James Matthews, they're going to get a lot more playing time as this one goes on with Sam Dempster out of the ball game.
Yeah, Dempster averaging around 19 minutes a game.
And it's been more the last couple of weeks with no Jones, with no Crate. He's lifted up, so those minutes are going to have to go somewhere.
Oh, Asbury read that
still
play.
got it. Got to get it across quickly. Now they got numbers.
Just burned over the 8 seconds as we see McRae. Yes, Callum McRae.
There's his first bucket of the ball game. Cal McRae finally gets one. Down to 2 in the final minute of the second quarter.
Here's Cooper. Oh, space there for Tukaho Cooper, but Nelson with the steal.
Another turnover. The 10th of the ball game, I believe, for the Sharks.
So Nelson going to just soak up a bit more time on the shot clock here, are they? Or maybe not with Combs here.
10 seconds left for them to work with.
Robinson for a big 3, and he's got it.
His 4th of the first half, his first since the first quarter. Back in the lead. Can they finish with a stop?
9 seconds here for Southland. Timmins kicks it out to Asbury. Got plenty of time. Can't nail it, Caleb Asbury, so Nelson will take the lead into the half. But frankly, there's nothing between these two teams here in this round 26 clash. And it is the Giants up by 1, 45-44 at the half.
Of course, the partners, Chemist Warehouse official pharmacy, our line official rehab. NBL referees, Sky Sport official broadcaster and major partner of the Souls NBL, Sky Broadband, major partner, also GJ Gardner, presenting partner of the Souls NBL, and of course Souls Authentic New York Pizza, naming partner of the Souls NBL for 2025. And because this is the last home game, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Souls, both Richmond and Nelson, if you keep your ticket from tonight, any time this month, you can walk into Souls, Richmond or Nelson, and you will get 25% off your order. So that's for Souls, both Richmond and Nelson, 25% off this month for the entire month. Thanks to Souls. Just take your ticket from tonight's game, whether that be in paper form, digital form, and 25% off. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome out onto the court, of course, our halftime entertainer, the Celtic Pipe Band. Thriving pipe band community that teaches, promotes and competes nationally and internationally. And tonight, a snippet of their upcoming concert, Unplugged, at the Nelson Centre of Musical Arts. 2nd of August, gets underway from 3 o'clock. Tickets are on sale right now through the NZNBL website and brought to you by NBS. If you do want to learn an instrument, contact the band throughout the website. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Celtic Pipe Band.
Half-time here in Nelson, and it is the Nelson Giants, the home team, up by 45-44. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's a half-time show, man.
Some bagpipes, the Highland band of some sort. We don't have the name of them, but quality entertainment here in the Trafalgar Centre.
Yes. Oh, I love the old drumstick control. That's excellent. Now let's go inside the changing room here.
Well, let's talk about the stuff that matters. What a comeback by the Giants to get themselves back in this ball game. It's been a little bit sloppy at times, both teams pushing the pace. There we see Sammy D with that ankle. He's more than likely done for the day. So they're going to have to do it without the captain, but they made some inroads at the end of the quarter to retake the lead, 45-44. Let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. As the leading scorers in the ball game, Alex Robinson with 16. He is hot from deep, 4 from 6 from beyond the arc. And he's setting up Jeremy Combs with 14. Keelan Boone with 11, doing it from both ways. And Timmons and Cooper surprising getting up there. Not to mention Andrew Jones finding a lot of activity on the break, on the glass. It's well in the favor of the Sharks right now. It's a 21-18 advantage overall. Josiah Alec doing a ton of work on the O boards. Callum McRae trying to clean up for the Giants. Robinson and Asbury, those are the assist men, 4 apiece, facilitating for their teammates, but Big McRae getting in on the action as well. 3 blocks to the Giants, 1 to the Sharks. And then here's the big issue for those teams. Those turnovers are being caused by these steals. 3 twos for the import trio of the Sharks. And a couple of steals for the Giants. Overall, they forced 10 turnovers on the Sharks. The Giants not much better with 9 of their own. Both teams need to clean that up in the second half.
Yeah, 7 steals each. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to in the second half. This really, this game is beautifully balanced and poised, isn't it, heading into the second half. The Giants won't be breathing easy, though, that 45-44 scoreline. Back for the second half shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, give a round of applause, please. The Celtic Pipe Band. 13 performed for us tonight. Thank you so much. Of course, their upcoming concert, Unplugged, is coming at the Nelson Musical Theatre of Arts the 2nd of August. Gets underway from 3 o'clock. So tickets are on sale for that right now through the NZNBL website. Brought to you by NBS.
It is 45-44, the second half of this NZNBL game. Not too far away here from Nelson. Remember, Nelson fighting for their lives in the season. They get the win here. They have a chance to get into the playoffs.
But nobody believes, Glenn.
In fact, that percentage on the Good Health poll has actually lengthened out to the Sharks.
I can see why. The Sharks probably were the better of the two teams overall in the first half. Their mistakes effectively shooting themselves in the foot. But that said, I still think the Giants might get it done down the stretch. You never know what's going to happen between these two teams, though.
If they do get it down the stretch, of course, the Giants will then be in a good position to push for the playoffs, but it is dependent on the results of upcoming games, and there are some fascinating games to look forward to over the next few days, starting with that game tomorrow. Taranaki back home after a big win against Canterbury. They host the bottom-placed Otago Nuggets. The Tuatara need the win. If they don't win that game against Hawke's Bay, they could be toast.
And not only do they need the win, they needed as many points as possible. There's, I believe it's 0.0013% difference between the Tuatara and the Bulls right now. That's how close it is.
That makes the rapidly game valuable and vital in that game as well. Then the Jets, who have fallen off their form following the Achilles injury to Corey Webbs. There's still a lot of talent in their team, although a couple of other players got injured last night. Dante Russo-Nance out injured. Kenny Goins copped an elbow to the face.
Yeah, it did not look good for Dante Russo-Nance in particular. And this Nuggets team, they're going to come out desperate. They'd like nothing better than to ruin some other team's season. And if they beat the Jets, quite likely the Jets are out. And it all comes down to the last game of the regular season. The Rams on a 3-game slide, more than likely not going to have Taylor Britt against a Bulls team that wins and more than likely is in if other results go their way. So it's all coming down, and you love nothing more than to have your own destiny in your hands. The Tuatara, the Jets, the Bulls. Two of those teams with wins can get in, but one are going to get out. If everybody loses, everybody's on 9 wins, and the Giants win today, it all goes their way. They have the tie break against every other team in the mix that could end up on 9 wins.
Well, the Tauranga Whai are also there as well. Now, they're in the most unlikely position. They need like 3 teams above them to all lose their games, but that could happen.
That could happen.
And
but
their points percentage is actually better than the Tuatara, the Bulls, and the Jets.
But not as good as the Giants who are behind them.
Exactly. so if Southland win this game here,
if Southland win, it opens the door a little bit for the Tauranga Whai and the Giants. The Whai want everybody to lose. The Giants, they want everybody to lose too, except for them.
There are a couple of things certain, though. That's the Saints are on top. The Rams will finish second. Taranaki and Southland are going to finish 3rd and 4th, but we're not quite sure of the order yet. Those are the things that are locked in.
Yeah, Eliminator Finals for the Airs and the Sharks will go on sale soon. What those days are confirmed. Who's going to play Wednesday? Who's going to play Thursday next week? We know the Rams are playing Saturday. We know the Saints are playing Sunday. Those semifinal tickets are on sale now. Check the team's social channels for info on those.
Yeah, and I think there's very few tickets left for that Canterbury game, Casey.
If there's 50, I'd be surprised.
Exactly. It's 3rd quarter underway. Nelson up by 1. Thank you for watching on Sky Sport. Here is McRae getting to work straight away. Combs for 3.
Well, McRae gets that catch in the block. You see how many bodies come right away. He's making the right pass, but that jump shot has gone a little bit wayward for the Giants of late. Nice steal there. Robinson takes it himself this time, gets the finish up to 18 points. Once again, turnovers doing the damage for the Sharks. They don't take care of the ball. The Nelson Giants take care of business.
Coach Yim, he must be getting very frustrated now, and there's another one. Timmins not looking after the ball. Robinson. It's a nice cross-court pass as Judd goes for three. Alec with the rebound this time. And there's a foul by Robinson.
Jump ball.
Oh, no, yes.
Yeah, jump ball called. I think that's going to stay with the Sharks, though. Robinson gets his hands in there, does well. Alec a little bit disappointed, but when you wrap it up like that, it allows those guards to get their hands in there.
Yeah, it's just not so much the turnovers themselves that are hurting South. It's the fact Nelson are scoring from most of them as well. Here's Alec.
Well, it's the type of turnovers.
Yeah, that's right.
See a nice setup there.
Oh, Asbury. Big three there. He's got 7 points. His first triple of the game.
Well, Alex Robinson just basically ignored him on the perimeter, and he makes him pay. Tied back up we are.
That's right. Despite all those turnovers.
Nobody's getting away from anybody here. They're going to be walking step and step the rest of this ball game.
Here is Alex Robinson. Combs again. Crowd very quiet again as we see the shot clock go down to 3 seconds for Andrew Jones. It's good defense by Southland that time.
When the Giants don't get penetration, that offense very stagnant, very sloppy.
3 for Boone, not to be. Jones with the rebound.
A little bit quick for the Sharks. I'd like to see that ball get through some hands.
Jones. Didn't get the roll, and Asbury now looking to up the pace.
This is when the Sharks have been at their best, pushing the pace, playing with a bit of speed.
Boone working on Judd. Asbury off. Timmins.
And another turnover almost, and not quite.
It's Asbury. Rebound is good for Timmins. Timmins off the left hand, can't nail it. Alec. It's all a little untidy for Southland down that end that time, Casey.
Man, I love Alex Worthwaite, though. Just love the effort he puts out. He is just relentless in his chase of offensive rebounds. Almost gets another one, doesn't quite get it. And the Sharks come away empty-handed because of it.
Here's Combs.
Heads up play.
Yeah, Alex. Let's have a look here. Second foul.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a handoff to the corner, but Jeremy Combs keeps an eye on Josiah Alec. And he sees that, he turns his attention to the corner. And when he does that, he bang! You look at that speed, straight to the cup, catches him out of position. The body foul is whistled, and off to the Chemist Warehouse stripe goes Jeremy Combs.
Yeah, Combs at the moment on 14 points. Robinson's the leading scorer in the game with 18. Nelson yet to miss from the Chemist Warehouse stripe in the game. Mind you, this is just the second visit to the Chemist Warehouse stripe in the game for Nelson.
Well, they've been pretty dependent on the jump shot for the most part. And I think both teams have been doing a solid job of defending without getting their hands involved. Will that last? That is always the question.
Asbury under pressure here with Alex Robinson. Boone for 3.
A great screen by Sam Timmins. Liam Judd tries to trail, but that screen moves enough, makes it more difficult. You cannot let that much space between yourself and Boone when he's looking for the 3.
14 points now for Boone. Robinson. Right back at you.
Wow. He is having a great night, man. You can see the disappointment in Asbury because they're following the scout. The scout's saying to go under. Well, the scout's wrong because that's 5 for 7 from deep.
Pretty amazing stuff from Robinson. 21 points now for him. Asbury. Here's Cooper. And Tukaha Cooper.
Now he's up to double digits. The young fella coming to play, retaking the lead. The back and forth affair continues.
Judd into McRae. Nice finish from Callum McRae.
He just drops that shoulder, displaces Sam Timmins. He's got so much mass that it does not take much to move the defender.
Huge human. Asbury.
Good screen again.
Gee whiz.
Just a really nice screen by Timmins, completely taking Robinson out. And Robinson and Asbury, neither one's really respecting the opposition's jumper.
2-point game now is Robinson.
Hit it again.
Oh, wasn't far away.
And out for Robinson, unfortunately, that time.
Alec. Kick out past to Boone. That's nice from Keelan Boone. Yes, 2 more. Doesn't like the call either.
Well, I think he created that contact. I thought it was a good no call. Solid defense from Robinson, but just too much length from Boone on that finish there.
Now it feels like Southland again, doesn't it? Right now.
And, you know, Judd trying to get himself involved in the game, but I don't like that shot. You need something to get to the basket with this 4-point deficit.
Oh, that would have been big there if Asbury.
Nice pass.
Beautiful ball down to Combs.
Looked like a foul.
Combs not happy this time either.
What a pass by.
Yeah, fantastic.
Cal McRae, what an outlet. I mean, does it with ease too. That is right in the breadbasket, perfectly delivered.
Here's Cooper again. Alec putting up the 3 ball and succeeding.
Well, he doesn't shoot it from a great percentage, but he's got the ability to. And Jeremy Combs lets that one fly, and he regrets it afterwards.
So Alec with that 3's up to 9. Now Boone with the rebound. Asbury's going to calm it down here with 4:30 left in the third.
He's getting close to 8 seconds there. Very lackadaisical with the ball.
5-point advantage here. This is the biggest lead of the game for Southland. Boone, 3 more, and there's a timeout coming surely now. Yes, Mike Fitchett not mucking around Southland.
How about Boone?
How about him?
He gets hot in a quickness. It does not take much. He does not need much airspace to get that shot off. He comes up for the catch, drops another one. Look at this, coming off the dribble. Oh yeah, you're not there? Hand down, man down. Count that triple.
And we've been talking about what's happened in this last 30 seconds. All game case, we've been waiting for this. Southland, it's felt like something like this has been coming for a while.
And we weren't really sure which team it was going to be. It felt like it was going to be, you know, at any given time somebody could get a couple of buckets in a row. But it's been the Sharks to come out in this quarter and strike in just under 6 minutes. They've got 20 points and have outscored this Giants team by 9, 20-11. Despite Robinson and Combs with 21 and 18, it's been the Sharks putting in the work. Boone up to 19 now as he hits his 3rd 3-pointer. Asbury with 10, Tukaha Cooper with 10. Josiah Alec all over the glass, 9 points, 10 rebounds, 5 of those offensive. The Sharks putting together a big first 5 minutes out of the gate.
Yes, the 3-pointers too from Asbury and Boone have had a big impact on this 8-point lead all of a sudden.
Now we see, where do the Giants respond? Where do they want to go to get their next bucket? Because they need something better than threes with hands in the face.
Now go to their go-to man, Jeremy Combs.
I don't know how that's not a foul. He's grabbing his arm on the finish. What a great play. Excellent deep post position for Combs on the make.
20 points for Combs. Asbury. Now Timmins. Here's Boone again. Nice gather there from Asbury. Shot clock down.
He's out of bounds.
Yeah, he stood on the sideline once more.
Look, there's a lot of contact out here for both teams. Defensively, they're getting their hands in, and they're making contact, they're bumping. But both teams need to start playing through it. Those fouls aren't going to come. They need to stop complaining and understand that this is finals-type basketball.
Yeah, get on with it all right. Here's Combs and Boone. Started the game. Oh!
Somehow that worked.
Yeah, took the scenic route to Robertson, didn't it? 7 seconds on the shot clock. He's double teamed over there and he's in trouble.
He doesn't want to be around the big fellas like that, I'll tell you that.
He thought he almost got it back. He has. Come on, that's crazy.
That was just like they drew it up. Double team to the corner, turns it over, then I'll just come smashing from Boone here.
I just love Robinson's reaction. It was never in doubt.
He knew it was coming. Cooper with the wide open look, bangs it home. That's
big score.
Confident shot from Tukaha Cooper. 13 points for him now. Drains the step back, pushes it back to 7. And this is where they're missing Sam Dempster, the Giants, a little bit. Just for that extra body that Coach Fitchett can trust as a guy who runs the offense, can hit that triple. You can see the fatigue setting in for the Giants now.
Robinson from way outside, and that one is missing. 2:35 left. Here's this play again.
Great double by Timmons. They get in the way. Robinson has no answers, and somehow he fights it. He fights it. Boone has it. No, you don't. Zoink! Left hand.
Amazing.
Just love that. You love the hustle. You love that relentless energy that he provides. He's been one of my most enjoyable players to watch this season with his energy. It's just it's infectious on the court.
Well, he's going to take a breather for the meantime here as Asbury steps back. Oh, here's a steal from Jones. And Jones is fouled. Basket won't count there from Alex McNaught.
I mean, this is really the only way the Giants are in the ballgame. These turnovers they're forcing. That is the 13th or 14th turnover now for the Sharks. And Jones just gets his hand in the passing lane, attacks the basket. Boone with a little too much body contact. And keeping the Giants in the game. Down a couple of buckets if they get these two makes here.
Yeah, important free throws here for Andrew Jones.
Giants just the 5th and 6th attempts from the Chemist Warehouse stripe on the day.
Jones is one of the best free throw shooters in the league from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Here you go.
90%.
Here you go.
I'm just reading the facts here, Casey.
You are just reading the facts.
Just reading the facts.
Right before he's about to shoot a free throw. Yeah, no effect on the champ.
Exactly. It's like he wasn't listening to me. 5-point game.
How dare he?
Exactly. 5-point game now. Nelson will still feel it right in this. Stop here. Let's get as we enter the last 2 minutes of quarter number 3. Asbury. Alec for 3. No, can't get it. Put back in there by Ledger.
Look at Alec. Oh, just refuses to be boxed out. Man, his chase for the ball, relentless, just comes to mind time and time again. Love his work rate.
Alec has 11 points and 10 rebounds now, so a little double-double for him. 3 ball from James Matthews is no good. Here's Cooper. Down the back play there as McNaught concedes the foul mid-court.
Yeah, basically a tackle.
Yep.
Drop the shoulder. Good professional foul, though. Fouls with the body, so not going to get that unsportsmanlike.
Weston Linwood looking to get back into the game now as Gray takes a breather.
Taking a break. Aston Inwood on for the Indians.
To Kaha Cooper.
Right to the post against Matthews.
Oh, lovely play from Cooper. Can't get the roll off the rim, and Matthews has it.
Did all the work. Somehow Matthews avoids the foul after going for that shot fake.
Here's McNaught again. Lane closes, turnover. Here's Inga. Cooper now. Asbury. Now Inga for 3. Alec, what a rebound.
There's that man again.
Yeah.
There's that man again. Don't worry about the contact. Get another rebound. 12, his 7th offensive, 13 points.
9-point lead now for the Sharks. Combs can't get it done. Alec, oh, he's lost it. Southland turn it over again.
Giants need something big here. They need to end this quarter with a bit of confidence.
It's been a big quarter for Southland. Jones can't provide what here we're looking for.
That ball just to stop moving through hands. The offense has gotten super stagnant. The Giants just unable to get the offensive flow in the third.
So the Southland can settle it down here for the last. Good pressure by McNaught though there on Asbury. There's Alec. Goes to work, has it stripped out of his hands. Matthews. Still time here for Nelson. Matthews, oh yes! A valuable 2 points right at the end of the third quarter. Cuts that lead to 7, but it's still been a good quarter for the Sharks as they take a 71-64 lead into the 4th.
And time for your 3-quarter time. Thanks. Give them a round of applause. Going to give them 45 seconds to go down and make a shot. Once they make the shot, they come back, get a slice of salt pizza, put it down, go make another one. Let's try and build a pizza. 45 seconds, go! Okay, we're underway. Here we go. First one's up for Max. Arlo's made his first. Back for the first slice. Head to head. It's even. Max is up. Arlo's up. Both through, coming back for slice number 2. 20 seconds gone. Another couple of slices each. Here's 3. Here's 3. Max going up to shot number 4. Off the glass. Drops. Arlo looking for his. There it is. 5 seconds to go from now. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to give them both another bit as well. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Max and Arlo. The Sales NBL Steel, of course, the Sales NBL Steel now available at all Sales pizza arenas right around New Zealand. A combination of their famous New York pepperoni classic and cheese, delicious garlic knots, all laid up in a deal that'll make you dribble.
It is the 7-point game to Southland, 71-64. Southland outscoring the Nelson Giants by 8 in that last quarter, putting themselves in a position, but still not a comfortable lead for the visiting team, Casey.
It could be comfortable.
It should be comfortable, arguably.
It could be comfortable if they start taking care of the basketball. They are dominating a lot of areas, especially the glass, where they have lifted their play here in the second half. They now have a 14 rebound advantage, 37-23. Wow. But they've paired that with 16 turnovers, which has led to 20 points off turnovers for the Giants. That's why they're still in this game. The Sharks clean that up. They're going to have this win.
Nelson's scoring continues to be tough. Here's Alec. That fade away off the left hand, that would have been special had that dropped.
And that's a shot that you want Josiah Alec to take. That's the one you want to force him into, fading away with the left hand going away. And you just, once you get that contact into the body, though, that's when you're at the mercy of the officials, and that's why the foul whistle gets blown, and that's why Alec's off to the free throw stripe.
Well, nice mature conversation there between referee and player.
How long do you think it takes Josiah Alec to wash that hair? I mean, that looks like a 2-hour ordeal.
The problem with that question is that I've never had hair like that, so I've got no idea. How long do you think it takes to wash my hair? 10 seconds.
Pretty quick. It's pretty quick. There's the Good Health MVP. Brought to you by www.mixandpop.com. Keelan Boone in the lead, 62%. Alex Robinson with 18. I got to say, Josiah Alec, I see him a little bit higher. Tukaha Cooper.
Yeah.
We the North, baby. You keep those votes coming in, Northland.
Cooper's he's having a really good game.
Everybody on that list for the Sharks is playing very well.
13 points for Cooper. Nelson still really struggling to get a good look. They have not scored in this quarter yet. Yes, we've had less than a minute, but still everything is struggle street for them at the moment. There's Robinson over to Jones. Finally a good look, but he still can't nail it.
But still nothing at the paint. That defense of the Sharks, it's just compacted. They're shutting down the lanes and daring the Giants to shoot from deep, and why not? Because they are just 8 for 27 now, and 30%.
Here's Cooper, nice pass into Alec. And got in there and disrupted just enough.
Good physical defense, bumping the cutter. Alec ends up committing his 5th turnover of the ball game.
So Robinson now.
And look at him walking that dog. Look how many seconds he's saving there.
It's a lot of seconds. Good. Maybe 10 seconds there. Here he is again. Combs. And it goes.
Just nice setup. Nice manipulation of the defense by Alex Robinson. Dribbles in, takes away Combs' defender just to set up that little shovel pass back for triple.
Cooper.
Another turnover. Can't quite get it.
It's a half-court violation, surely. Cooper still has it.
Yeah, I think Coach Mike Fitchett thought that was a over and back as well.
Well, Southland may be a little fortunate to get away with that. Coach Fitchett definitely having plenty to say.
Foul called eventually on the Giants. Active hands. That's the key for the Giants, active hands. They can force some turnovers. That's how they get back in this ball game. That half-court defense gets set for the Sharks. And there's been tough sledding for this Giants team.
And we're back out there now. There is a half-court violation. That was a bit of karma, I reckon.
Well, I'll tell you what. If that's half-court, I don't know when the last one wasn't. If that's over and back, I think maybe Coach Mike Fitchett might have reminded the crew about the rules. But that's a rule that I struggle with. But I think when there's no possession by the defense and it gets across, that's when it can get in trouble getting the ball in the other hand for the offense.
Jones is fouled.
Ooh, that's yeah, it just looked like Jones lost that ball. Contact came afterwards. Nice, but better attacking the rim, getting to the paint. Nice screen by Combs and good aggressive drive. Asbury, I think, flicks the arm there. Just enough to see Jones lose that basketball.
Well, Andrew Jones with 2 important free throws again from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And Alec has stormed to the top of the Good Health MVP poll.
You can understand. 15 points, 13 rebounds. Boone, not bad. 19 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals.
Jones with 2 from 2 on that visit. Cuts that lead back to 5.
Work from the Chemist Warehouse stripe has been crucial here in the second half.
Asbury just slipping mid-court there. Lead is in fact 4 for Southland. And there's a offensive foul going against Sam Timmins.
Well, Alex McNaughton, he flings his body into those screens. He is not worried about the soreness he's going to feel tomorrow coming off the big screen of Timmins. And take another look at it. Sam Timmins comes up to set it. I mean, I thought he was set. You know, I thought he came in. He did take that big step beforehand, but it looked like he got into a static position before the contact happened, but a bit too much contact so the whistle doesn't go his way.
Combs for 3 and no good. Here is Asbury. No one's taken the ball off him. Don't count out Robinson. Ooh.
That's unfortunate for Alex Robinson. That was about 5 seconds already. They only had about 3 seconds to get it across. Robinson picks up the foul, his 4th, which makes it even more unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a big.
And not a lot of. He shouldn't have 4 though. I thought he had 3. I think they've called a foul on somebody else. And you see, that's the conversation here. Robinson and Coach Fitchett both think, oh, I thought he had 3. But that is not what the score sheet says.
Well, Fitchett just questioning that again.
Well, that's the home court score sheets table, so not much you can do about it.
Yeah, mistakes like that shouldn't happen against the home team as Timmins helps himself to 2 more points.
Oh, just great patience. You know, it's sometimes tough to him against a guy the size of McRae, but he takes his time to get to his shot and hits the hook.
McNaught over to Jones. It's back to a 6-point game. Timmins up to 10 points now. Almost stolen. In fact, it has been Timmins.
Just a slap ahead doesn't work. And the throw back. Oh, this is sloppy. What happened?
Now we got a cordial between the 2 officials here.
They calling a travel on someone.
What's happening here? All right, so there's a shot clock problem.
Well, I think what they're saying is there was a reset and no one actually had possession for the Sharks. but I thought that Caleb Asbury got that ball and threw it over. To me, it looked like he had the ball and tried to chuck it. That looked like possession to me. I think there should be a reset, so we'll see. It might end up with the Giants with just about 6 seconds on the shot clock, which would be, I think, pretty hard for them to swallow. Because here's the turnover. Let's see, is that possession? I guess that's not possession. I said, to me, that's a controlled tip. I think the officiating crew is saying that's not a controlled tip. So they're going to end up with about 10 on the shot clock. And Mike Fitch is asking the same question, saying, isn't that a controlled tip? And they're saying, no, you have 10 seconds left to get this shot up.
Well, Nelson now got to sort this out. So Robinson's still out there with 4 fouls. Coach Fitcher rolling the dice a little.
Well, I think you have to play him.
Yeah.
You know, the offense kind of dies when he's off the court, so you got to roll the dice.
Here's Jones with space. Can't finish. Jones gets his own rebound. McNaught settles it down again for Alex Robinson.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Decent look.
It was a decent look, wasn't it?
Robinson, one of the few players still shooting the ball well from deep at 5 for 10.
Oh, look at the defense broken down there.
The Giants are fatigued. You know, they've lost Dempster tonight. They're already without Jones and Lackey Crater are both in their rotation normally.
Wonder if Nelson need a timeout now. And that's exactly.
No, just
a sub. Combs coming back in.
Here, Coach Fitchett in the background, just trying to get some enthusiasm in this group, and that's what's missing right now, a bit of enthusiasm and energy.
Maybe Combs can provide it. Coming back into the game now, and yes, just.
A lot of contact down low, but Combs just muscles his way in. The lead back to 6.
Still there for Nelson. Asbury. Timmons salvages it, but.
Fast break opportunity again.
Here's Jones. No foul. Yes, a foul.
My God. And the roll back by Keelan Boone of the basketball. Sometimes that's a T. I saw a lot of contact there. I thought it was a good whistle. A turnover again, a thorn in the side of the Sharks. Nice kick ahead by McNaught. Yeah, just he goes. Alex not trying to foul, but the contact's there, and it's obvious.
So Andrew Jones again.
Back to the stripe where he has been
good.
Money. 4 for 4 today. Giants 8 for 8 overall. Oh no, I've done it now, haven't I, Glenn?
Let's see. No, I don't think I have. He is a pro, Andrew Jones.
Big free throws here. Cut it to a 4-point ball game. Giants need to string together some stops.
Southland's lead was as big as 9 at one point. Nelson digging deep. So Jones up to 17 points now. And now a bit of full court pressure. No. 4-point game. 5.5 to play. Nelson must win this game, remember, to have any chance of making the playoffs.
And Caleb Asbury's been doing a great job of this all season long. For 3 quarters, he sets up his teammate. But at the end, he starts to look for his own number and gets a bit more aggressive.
He's up to 12 points. Turnover.
I don't like that pass. What's Alex McNaught going to do with the basketball if he does catch it underneath against Boone? I'd like to see McRae be a bit more aggressive with his own thought of scoring there.
Timmons.
Size advantage, can he use it?
Combs pretty athletic.
Combs just two-hand push into Sam Timmons' arms there. He picks up his second personal foul. Not a bad one.
Yeah, not much contact.
Not a great one. Well, you can't. It's an easy in the post. A two-hand push on the dribble. That's a foul.
Yep.
And Combs is basically doing it on purpose because he knows he's about to give up that layup. But now the Giants have no more fouls to give.
Plenty of challenges for Coach Mike Fitchett. Oh, McNaught unlucky.
Oh my. That's a lot of basketball there. And that's free throws. 5 minutes left.
Keelan Boone, bring it on.
Keelan Boone says, bring the booze. Yeah, tough to see from our angle, the contact. Good fight for the basketball. I don't know about that one.
On another day, that's a steal, isn't it?
Looks like
just one of those days, isn't it? Here's Boone at the line now.
Hey, look, the Giants have had their hands in plenty of times when there was contact and it wasn't whistled. But it's just, it's always a tougher pill to swallow out at the end like that. They get that free throw, you know, or that fast break look if they do get the turnover. But all that said, 7 points of difference. The Giants just need to find a little bit of form as Boone just begs the crowd to give him some booze.
He's been there, done that, Keelan Boone. More than up to it is Keelan Boone. His rookie pro season here in New Zealand. It's back to an 8-point game. Boone's going to take a little breather. I don't see him again before the end of the game. 23 points.
He's had great things to say about his experience in Invercargill. His first year as a pro. Learned how to do it in the Deep South.
Jones over to Jones. He's reaching the point now where Nelson needs scores. And they're not going to get one there.
No, nice defense, Timmons. Big on big, one-on-one. Timmons gets the job done.
We haven't seen too much of that in the game, have we? Unforced turnovers like that.
Well, we've seen a few.
Not like, but not like that against Southland.
Not the eye gets taken off, but that's the 21st turnover.
Yeah, that's pretty ugly, actually, isn't it?
21 turnovers for the Sharks.
It's Cooper that time.
It's led to 27 points from turnovers. Over a third of the Giants' offense is off turnovers.
It's Jones again. Ignored. Robinson. Oh, blocked. Comfortably that time by Sam Timmons.
No cutter. Somebody's got to come with Robinson, make themselves available. Otherwise, his passing skills are just wait. Look at that kick attempt by McRae. He doesn't get to it. Oh, it looks like Robinson's got something wrong now. He might be cramping.
Shot from Jones. He's the one stepping up for Nelson.
Well, somebody's got to take the shot, and Jones does. The difference just 6 points now. Alex saying a little bit of a wet ball. No surprise, because Jones went from the chest, somehow gets that one off the glass.
19 points now for Andrew Jones.
Oh, it's time to dig deep.
It is, isn't it? Really is. Nelson.
Both teams' benches have shortened so much in this game. There has not been a lot of subs on the court here in the second half. 4 minutes to go. The Sharks one step closer to clinching the top 3 seed. The Giants, 3 minutes left of this season. They can't find a win.
This season comes down to this. Alec. Is that going to be a counter?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Just Combe is a little bit out of position. Doesn't quite line it up properly. He just looks for that screen. You see, he looks back. He sees the screen call, thinks, and he turns open his hips. And Alec jumps on that. He just both big, so good at identifying weakness and taking advantage of it.
Alex still on top in that good health MVP poll. Boone right there as well. Alex numbers at the moment: 15 points, 13 rebounds.
A couple of steals in there. 7 of those rebounds on the offensive end, and 7 of 11 for the Sharks. I mean, it is all his work rate getting it done.
Well, crowd very quiet here as Nelson's chances of victory are starting to slip away, but
they can feel it.
Yeah,
they can feel it. Unfortunately,
but we've talked about this in the first half. It feels like Southland have had they've had the opportunities.
As we see Alex Robinson rubbing out those cramps again. He's got his shoe off, trying to stretch out that foot. Not the time you'd want to see him get cramps, but he has been out there for 27 minutes of the 37 played. And he's trying to get that rubbed out as quickly as he can.
He needs to be back on court pronto.
Yeah, but if it's something that's plagued him this season in those big minute games.
It comes down to this for Nelson, doesn't it? They've fought so hard to come back into the season after that horror start. How did they lose in a row again? 7 or 8, wasn't it?
I think it was 8 to start the season.
Wow. Incredible. They put themselves in a position. Now they need to seal the deal here.
Yeah, 8 to start the season. Unfortunately for them, 0-8 have worked their way back. 8-3 since then.
Speaking of 8, that's the deficit at the moment. Nice finish from Jones again. He is basically a one-man show on the offensive end at the moment.
He's just forcing his way in there, up to 21 points now. All 3 imports for the Giants, over 20 points on the day now.
6-point game now. The Giants need to stop. Southland.
No other Giant has scored more than 4, however.
That's interesting. Here's Timmins. Working one Combs. Last time these two were in the post like this was a Combs with the foul. That time Combs wins the battle. Here comes Jones again. Works off McRae, and Jones buries the 3. He can't miss at the moment, Andrew Jones.
How about Andrew Jones in the 4th quarter? Just when you think they're out, Andrew Jones pulls them back in. 5 straight points, I think 7 straight actually, up to 24 now. Andrew Jones sees Tukaha Cooper go under the screen, and he says, I'll line it up and knock it down. We're back to having ourselves a 1-possession ball game.
Wow, Jones, let's have a look here. He's got the last 7 points for Nelson. So it might be even more than that as we go back here. Yeah, it's actually the last 9. He got the 2 free throws as well before that too, didn't he? Yeah. So he is doing it on his own at the moment, Andrew Jones.
Well, somebody had to step up. Alex Robinson on the bench. The rest of the team pretty quiet. Jeremy Combs has 25, but hasn't had a ton of activity in the second half. So it all comes on Andrew Jones. Those 3 imports, 23 for Robinson, 24 for Jones, 25 for Combs. The rest of the Giants together have scored 8 points, 4 by McRae, 2 by McNaught, and 2 by Matthews. They are
none from Liam Judd.
Holding it together with sticky tape right now.
Exactly.
But it is getting there.
Yeah.
It is getting there. The Sharks, they've done this as of late. There's been some tight games. They want to close this one out with 2:53 to go. They have to do it by taking care of the rock.
Oh, Cooper just eludes McNaught. That was a close call.
That will have Coach Ian palpitating a little bit on the bench.
Here's Alec. Trying to get around McRae and does a good job there, Josiah Alec.
Really uses the rim well, goes into the reverse, understanding he's got that speed advantage on McRae.
There's Jones again. He's put the team on his back. Scoring the last 9 points in a row. Combs. Kick out pass to Liam Judd.
Would have been a great time to get his first bucket of the ball game.
Jones almost getting in there and nicking it off Asbury.
Asbury needs to pay attention maybe to the game instead of the officials.
Casual there.
You're the point guard, bud. People want to give you the rock.
Here's Cooper. 2 minutes to play in the contest. Tukaha Cooper.
Shot clock violation. How about that Alex McNaught triple possession? He's guarding everybody down the stretch. Good hustle. Alex just does not notice that the shot clock's running down.
5-point game, 157.
I might call a timeout here if I'm Mike Fitchett.
Yeah.
These guys look tired. Just give him a blow. I'm not sure he's got any left, actually.
In fact, they've called, I just wonder whether they called a BNZ player timeout, but they haven't. Here comes McNaught.
That one, I think you got to save the player timeout. Oh,
yeah.
Asbury all over that one.
It's 1-2 and Alex Robinson's going to be re-injected into the game too, Casey.
I think he's done. You know, if he hasn't come back in yet.
Gee whiz.
My guess is he's sitting on the bench for the remainder of this one.
Oh, man, that would be incredible if that was the case. Here's McRae. McNaught giving it absolutely everything in the absence of Alex Robinson. Jones. Jones again!
12 straight. Andrew Jones down the stretch. Up to 27 points now, leading scorer in the ball game.
Wow, Asbury. He's missed and Combs has it. Nelson coming right back into this contest. Jones again, come on, put it up.
Let it fly.
Oh!
Back in the lead, the Giants faithful going crazy. 15 straight for Andrew Jones, back in the lead. lead on the Giants.
Wow, 1 point game now. Now Southland looking super anxious. Boone responds in style.
Strong move, Keelan Boone right in the chest of McRae before he gets it up and over the rim.
Jeremy Combs.
Well, they only want to get the ball to one man.
Jones, and there's a foul by Asbury.
That's the 4th personal foul on the Sharks this quarter. So from now on, there'll be free throws, but not just yet. Asbury picks up foul number 3.
Yeah, no one in foul trouble for Southland. Alec, the only other one on 3 fouls.
The Giants feeling it.
Wow.
Look at the young boys on the Giants. They can taste it.
What a finish we have here. McRae. Combs. Asbury sticking to Jones like glue.
Screen. Just 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
Jones has found space. Can't nail it this time, and Southland get the stop they were looking for.
Great defense by Alec. Good help. Good rotation. Way not to foul.
Cooper gives it back to Timmins.
Mismatch down low. Alec's too strong there.
He kicks out. Pass stolen by Combs. Combs all the way. Oh, the strip and the foul. Asbury.
2 shots. Free throw line. Jeremy Combs might have got poked in the eye.
Wow. Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
a
up
big
the
play.
Not sure exactly what's wrong there, but it doesn't look good. He's taking his time. Take your breath. His teammates, you see his teammates all on the knees. They're saying, go ahead, man. You stay here for a bit.
Exactly.
Oh, it comes down to this. What a steal. That's been the story of the game for. Oh, it's the slap down, gets him in the eye, I think. And the turnovers have been the story of the day for the Sharks. That is turnover number 24. Whew. That has led up to this point to 32 second chance points.
Now Combs, let's have a look at this play one more time. I don't think he got eye there. Casey just having a look at that. If he did, it's just an absolute flick. Tiniest of flicks. So, regardless, Jeremy Combs at the line here. Massive free throws here. Not only for Combs, but Nelson's season.
This is the first, but just needs the second to tie. That's the first miss at the Chemist Warehouse stripe for the Giants today.
Wow.
Now 10 for 11.
Oh, it's a tie ball game with 31.5 to play.
The Giants should get another possession, regardless of what happens with a make or a miss by the Sharks.
Asbury. Asbury. Here's Cooper. Back to Caleb Asbury. Shot clock down to single numbers. Caleb Asbury. Oh, the floater is good. Timeout called by Mike Fitchett. Nelson are going to have 10.9 seconds to tie it up or take the lead.
I mentioned it earlier. Caleb Asbury down the stretch. He spends the whole game looking for his teammates. He's got 8 assists in this one. But at the end, comes off that arm ball. McRae goes for the drops. Asbury reads it well right to the cup. Up, hits the bucket to give himself 14 points on the day.
Yeah.
And an 89-87 lead to the Sharks, despite it not coming up on the screen just yet.
Yeah, 89-87 is definitely the score to Southland. Alec and Andrew Jones finally getting some love on the Good Health Game MVP poll, brought to you by mixandpick.com.
Oh, what a performance. And whatever happens, there's no doubt that the Giants left it on the court. This team is exhausted and essentially down to a 6.5-man rotation. Aston Inwood and James Matthews playing a few minutes. Alex Robinson out of the game. He's done for the day.
Yeah, Dempster, of course.
No Dempster, no Hayden Jones, no Lackey Crate. But they're out there playing good D, trying to find a way. Do they go for the win? Do they go for the tie? If I'm Coach Mike Fitchett, I'm going for the win here. My team's exhausted, trying to get Andrew Jones a look from 3.
13 seconds is what's left.
All down
Tell
to
you
this.
what, though, if Lockie Crate, Hayden Jones, and Will Blight are watching on in Switzerland at the moment, kia ora, guys.
If they're watching, I'm going to yell at them. You guys got bigger fish to fry right now, boys. You got a World Cup. Support your Giants teammates when you come back.
Come on, man. It's only 11:15 in the morning there. They're up. They've had their breakfast. They've had their little scrimmage in the morning.
Focus, man.
And they're
it's
watching
about
this.
Focus.
Let's see. 13 seconds to play. Nelson down by 2. Need the win.
There's
Jones has a look.
Out of bounds. I thought he was out of bounds, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, he's got the rebound. Southland have got it. No, hang on, Judd. Had it blocked.
That's the game.
It is. Cooper races down court to win the game for Southland. And the Sharks have the victory.
How about that? They got a decent look at it. Andrew Jones tiptoes on the sideline. He scored, what was it, 15 straight points, 16 straight points before Jeremy Combs stepped in, but he couldn't get the last bucket of the ball game, and just like that, the Giants' season is over.
Yeah, they're done.
And the Sharks have the inside track to seed number 3.
It's going to be an interesting watch in the playoffs, the Southland Sharks, for sure.
Right.
And,
Good health MVP is Josiah Alec with 38% of the vote. He's leading the Sal's MVP voting as well, from which the top 10 candidates would get chosen. He's on that list. What a game. And what a season for the Sharks. Turning things around. Looking like they got seed number 3, Josiah Alec. He's shaking the head. They're not super enthused. They know they've got more work to get done, but they got it done in Nelson today. Despite the efforts of Andrew Jones, 30 points. Jeremy Combs, 26.
Yeah, pretty brave effort from Nelson to fight the way back. And Andrew Jones, how many points in a run again? Was 15 down the stretch. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I think it was 15 straight at one point. He leading scorer of the Gall game with 30. Keelan Boone, fantastic for the Sharks. Josiah Alec, Tukaha Cooper, Caleb Asbury. Look at Alec's work on the glass. Sam Timmons and Caleb Asbury in there as well. Cal McRae, 5 of those offensive. Andrew Jones, 5 of his offensive. But overall, a 16 rebound advantage for the Sharks. Assists in total, 17 for the Nelson Giants, 15 for the Sharks. Asbury leads us all with 8. Alex Robinson went out of the game late with that injury to the calf. He had 6. Sam Timmons.
Come on, Sam.
Having a block party in Nelson. 5 blocks for the big fella. Jeremy Combs, 6 steals. The Swipers, 16 steals overall. They forced 24 turnovers, but it wasn't enough to get the win for the Nelson Giants. As this Coach Mike Fitchett says something to the home crowd on what will turn out to be the Giants' final game of the season.
Yes, indeed. With that 4-point loss, it was halfway through the season. They were done, Nelson, but somehow find a way to really make a good run of it. So, with that really good game of Sal's NBL, we now focus and switch to tomorrow night with the Airs at home in New Plymouth to Otago. And then Hawke's Bay play their final game of the season against the Auckland Tuatara, who need a win, and a pretty decent one too to keep themselves in the hunt. The Jets and the Nuggets then face each other on Sunday. The Rams and the Bulls then complete the regular season on Sunday. But now Nelson out of it. Focus now switches to who will make it. Is it going to be the Bulls, the Jets, the Tuatara, pretty much fighting for 2 spots alongside Tauranga, who still have the slimmest of chances?
They need a little help. They need the Jets and the Tuatara to both lose.
Exactly. The Nuggets need to come home with a wet sail in these last 2 games. Whether that happens, we will see. But pretty decent game here in Nelson this evening. Thank you for joining us here on Sky Sport. Southland get the win by 91-87. We'll catch you for more Sal's NBL action tomorrow night here on Sky Sport.